to make it happen for you.
This is a presentation of high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. High school basketball broadcasts are presented by Members Own Credit Union, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Southeast Community College, Sunbelt Rentals, Doane University, the NDOT Highway Safety Office, Roofing Service Company, Nebraska Army National Guard, Bats to Rats, High Electric, Pizza Ranch, Gretna Trucking, and Union Bank. Now, calling all the action, here's Nick Sainert and Jay Foreman.
Welcome in. Happy Saturday afternoon from Lincoln North Star High School. Nick Sainert getting ready for a doubleheader here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. We got two really exciting and intriguing games on deck for you guys today. We're going to have the girls' game between the Gretna Dragons and the Lincoln North Star Gators up first here in less than 10 minutes or so, and then that will be followed by the varsity boys' game between the same two teams, the Gretna Dragons and the Lincoln North Star Gators. Once again, Nick Sainert joining you. Jay Foreman, the Husker Hall of Famer, will join me for the boys' game in about an hour and a half or so. But once again, thanks to Ben for pushing all the buttons back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios at 1040 O Street. It's been a heck of a newsworthy day already. If you haven't paid attention, Nebraska basketball went on the road to Madison, Wisconsin. It was a tough-fought game. Nebraska comes up short against the Badgers. They lose by 16, 88-72. When it's all said and done there, Keisei Tominaga led the way with 17 points for the Huskers. Rink Mass added 16 points there. The story in that one, though, however, and I understand that this is not necessarily a Huskers post-game show, but we're going to somewhat make it one here as we just get going. Nebraska could not get a stop on defense to save their lives. The Badgers outscored them in the paint 36-13, and then they also hit 13 three-pointers over the Huskers this afternoon. And so tough recipe for success there for Fred Hoiberg's squad, who now gets their third loss of the season and the big one, hosting the Purdue Boilermakers coming up on Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. from Pinnacle Bank Arena. Now, in other Husker news, you might have heard Nash Hutmaker was suiting up for the Nebraska wrestling team and Mark Manning. Mark Manning actually filled DP in that he asked, hey, you know what? We asked for Matt Rule's permission to do so, to add Nash to our roster. Matt Rule said yes. Nash was on board with it as well. He shed about 40 pounds of weight to get ready for the heavyweight class today. Nebraska wrestling facing off against Wyoming, and as good of an ending as you could have written for Nash Hutmaker today, as he gets the pin in his first college wrestling match. And Nash Hutmaker, if you did not know, undefeated as a wrestler during his high school career, and he continues that with a victory today against the Wyoming Cowboys. Once again, it's pregame for the Gretna Dragons and Lincoln North Star Gators as we get ready for our first girls basketball game of the season. It's going to be a good one. The Gretna Dragons 4-6 on the year, while the Gators are 6-2. We'll start first for the Gretna Dragons. They're coming in off of a 10-point loss to Millard South last week. They have a couple really nice wins under their belt, and head coach Michaela Dodge. It is all leading the charge. They've beaten Omaha Burke. They've beaten Omaha South by double digits, and then they also got a really hard-fought win against the Lincoln Southeast Knights. The Knights last night got a very, very difficult and nice win against the Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks. So that Lincoln Southeast team, if you're kind of playing process of elimination and comparison, that Lincoln Southeast team, a tough, gritty, physical ball team that the Gretna Dragons were able to get the best of. Now, for Lincoln North Star, led by head coach Thomas Johnson, they are on a roll. They've won 6 of their last 7 games. They demolished Lincoln High on Thursday night, 59-16, and they'll get ready to play Lincoln East on Tuesday afternoon after they face off against the Gretna Dragons this afternoon. Like I mentioned, they won 6 of their last 7. They actually started the year 0-1 after losing to number 1 in the preseason, Bellevue West. But now they've racked up wins against Millard South, Norfolk, Papio South, Buena Vista, Lincoln High, as I mentioned, as well as Lincoln Southeast. It's going to be a good one. We'll tell you more about the players here in just a few minutes. We're live from Lincoln North Star High School. It's our first game of the doubleheader this afternoon. It's our third game in the last 2 days. And so plenty of high school hoops coming your way as we have entered the new calendar year of 2024. Huge thanks to all of our sponsors, but especially Union Bank and Trust for their support of high school sports all calendar year long on 93.7 The Ticket. We'll be right back with tip-off between the Dragons and the Gators right after this on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't, win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh, yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip! Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska, or online in your own home. Learn pottery or floral design, take a computer course, learn Spanish, how to start writing a book, or Air Fryer 101. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
'Tis the season to give the gift of Kawasaki good times at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln. With up to $3,500 off of select 2023 TRX side-by-sides and $2,000 off a 2024 Mule Pro FXT, there's no shortage of savings and good times to be had by the whole crew. Don't miss the 'Tis the Season sales event at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln. They have you covered with a large selection of Kawasaki side-by-sides at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in. Offer valid through 12/31/2023. Subject to change without notice. Offer available on approved purchase of select new unregistered Kawasaki vehicles. Model and year exclusions apply. Cannot be combined with promotional retail financing rates.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't, win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh, yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip! Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
Gretna Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gretna Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gretna Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gretna Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GretnaTrucking.com.
Welcome back in, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert with you as we have the first game of our doubleheader this afternoon on The Ticket. We start with the girls' action between the Gretna Dragons and the Lincoln North Star Gators. Once again, huge thanks to all of our sponsors for allowing high school action to be possible right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's a good one. Once again, the 4-6 Dragons led by head coach Michaela Dodgich, while the Lincoln North Star Gators 6-2 on the season, led by their head coach and leader, Thomas Johnson. The Gators, winners of 6 of their last 7 here, and they're going to start with this starting 5. Number 4, Sarah Gatwich. You might recognize the last name, brother KG is on the boys team that will say his name plenty in just a couple of hours. Kendall Anderson, Ani Liu, Joyce Johnson, and Katie Irons also out there for Coach Johnson. One thing to watch, how about this? 2 freshmen, 2 sophomore, and just 1 junior on the floor for Lincoln North Star. And we have a turnover here early on as the Gretna Dragons lose the tip, but they get the turnover, and back the other way we go. Dragons are wearing their all-green unis while the Gators in their home whites. We're going to have a foul called, it looks like, on Lincoln North Star. So a quick sideline inbound, and just 9 seconds into the game, rather, instead of a foul, we're going to just have a stoppage in play. It looks like maybe shot clock did not have batteries in it. So therefore, we're going to have to redo that here. So once again, just 7:51. We already have a stoppage in play. They're going to check, make sure the batteries work in the shot clock remote down at the scores table, still waiting. And for right now, it looks like, guess what? We're going to take a pause. Teams are retreating to their benches, having a conversation with their coach. So no foul here early on. The shot clock began to move, and it looks like they just stopped for a moment. And so once again, the 5 players out there for the Gretna Dragons, it'll be Ava Boyce, a 5'4" senior, number 12, Emma Johnson, a sophomore guard, number 14, Alexis Cerrone, number 20, Maggie Miller, and number 4, a senior shooting guard, Emma Martin. So it looks like we got everything figured out. The shot clock never started, so that's what the stoppage in play was for. So they take 3 seconds off the shot clock, and we're back playing basketball as Gretna has it on the first offensive possession of the game. This is Ava Boyce with it. Now right side near corner, back to Boyce on the right wing. Lincoln North Star coming out in a 2-1-2 type of defense. As on the left side, it's Emma Martin. Bounce passes top of the key. 13 on the shot clock, 7.5 on the game clock here in the early goings of the first quarter. Right side, it's going to be another turnover, so 1 possession each side and 1 turnover. And now back the other way we go after a pass is intercepted by number 14, Alexis Cerrone. Left side, here's Martin, down low, wide open. Dragon underneath, didn't even look to the bucket. She decides to pass out of it, and that pass is now intercepted. So a sloppy game to start, just 53 seconds in as both teams have 2 turnovers apiece. 7:01 to play. First quarter, still scoreless. Lincoln North Star 6-2 on the season at the free throw line. That is Ani Liu, one of the returners on this Lincoln North Star starting squad. And we get a floater to go by number 23, Katie Irons, the freshman. Gretna, nice finish there by Lincoln North Star as we'll have a stoppage in play as the ball is kicked out of bounds. It rolls all the way to the Gretna bench on the other side of the floor. But a nice job there by the freshman, number 23, Katie Irons, to get a floater to fall. So 6:41 to play. First quarter, left side pass deflected out of bounds. It'll stay on this end of the floor with the Dragons. The Dragons lost by 10 to Millard South last time out. They're getting ready to play a team unfamiliar to Nebraska high schools, but familiar to maybe Husker football fans of recruiting, as they're going to get ready to play Lewis Central in the coming days. Lewis Central, the home of current Huskers tight end Thomas Fedoni, as turnover turns into points for Lincoln North Star as Sarah Gatwich, the lone junior on the starting squad for Lincoln North Star, gets a deuce to fall, and it's 4-0 early on for Lincoln North Star. But back like I was saying, Gretna getting ready to play Lewis Central on Monday. Lewis Central, also the home of former TCU quarterback Max Duggan. He was a Nebraska target back in the Mike Riley days. Ends up going to TCU, competes for a national title, and ends up falling, but now currently playing some NFL football. As the Dragons trying to get their first points on offense. In the lane, takes the bump, no whistle. Layup no good. Getting her own miss is number 12, Emmy Johnson. She passes it off to the left side, and a layup is good for number 4, Emma Martin. And it's a 4-2 ball game as Lincoln North Star leads by a pair. So a little bit of a slow start in this one. Couple turnovers for each side as the Gators kick it out. Far side 3-ball Irons. Off back iron, too strong. And a defensive rebound cleared up by the Dragons. Back the other way we go with Alexis Cerrone. Cerrone picks up her dribble at the top of the key. Now left side. Here is Emmy Johnson. Johnson near the logo. Back to Cerrone on the right side. Draws in the 2 defenders. Now skips it. Far side. Now number 2, Ava Boyce, gets her pocket picked. And back the other way we go with Lincoln North Star. Lazy pass somehow corralled by the Gators. Left side 3-ball on the way. Left wing. Got it for number 14, Kendall Anderson. as Anderson is able to knock in her first shot, and it's a 7-2 lead for Lincoln North Star. So Dragons with the basketball, and we're going to have a hand check foul down low near the baseline, and that foul is going to go on Katie Irons, her first. Just the first foul of the game for either side comes at the 4:56 mark in the first quarter. 7-2 the score. Lincoln North Star out in front by 5. Skip pass from the baseline inbound as a mid-range jumper is going to go up from Emma Martin, just off to the left a little bit. Rebounded by Lincoln North Star, and we'll have a foul on the rebound called on the Dragons in number 15, Faith Deans. That'll be Dean's first personal foul. Faith Dinez. Apologies. So Faith Dinez picks up her first foul after coming in off the bench for head coach Michaela Doggett. Olivia Anderson checks in for Katie Irons for the Lincoln North Star Gators. So Gretna trying to extend some defensive pressure here early on. 4:45 to play first quarter. The Gators break it relatively easily. Throw it into the far side corner. Now driving baseline. Floater on the way. Too short for number 15, Ani Liu. And the miss is cleared up by the Gretna defense. Back the other way. Pass almost corralled by the Dragons. In the lane. Throws up a wild shot. And that's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow will keep it on this end of the floor with the Dragons. So a nice job by the Lincoln North Star defense as they force another turnover here. Back the other way we go in transition. Gatwich layup rolls around the iron and is good. And it's an early 9-2 lead for Lincoln North Star. Left side, here's Ava McCarter, freshly checked into the game. She takes the bump. The shot is too short. So McCarter, the freshman averaging 6.5 per contest, will go to the line to shoot 2 shots. Foul goes on number 11, Olivia Anderson, the first personal foul against the 5'10" junior. Free throw on the way for Ava McCarter is no good. 4:16 to play, opening quarter. 9-2 the score between Gretna and Lincoln North Star. McCarter's second free throw on the way, a short, no good, and the one-handed rebound corralled by Ani Liu with her left hand. Crossing the timeline are the Gators. Left side in the corner. Here's Joyce Johnson. She dumps it off to Liu. No good on the layup. Offensive rebound fought for by Gatwich. Put back too strong off back iron. Rebounded once again by Olivia Anderson of the Gators. Another life for Lincoln North Star. And on the shot, Ani Liu is fouled on the doorstep of the bucket. So Liu will go to the line to shoot 2 shots. Foul that time goes on number 15, Faith Dinez. So second personal foul on Faith. And it looks like Coach Doggett is going to go back to the bench. And she may tell Maggie Miller, the 5'7" sophomore who's leading this Gretna team in points per game at 12.5, currently sitting on the bench. First free throw was good for Lou. Second one is off front iron, no dice. And the rebound cleared up by Gretna. So just a 10-2 lead. It feels like it's been all Lincoln North Star to this point as they force another Gretna turnover. Up the floor we go. Here's Joyce Johnson, crosses over in the middle of the lane, finishes with the left hand. Nice move by Joyce Johnson, the freshman. So crossing the timeline is Gretna as Coach Doggett goes right back to Maggie Miller. She'll check in at the next dead ball. Great pump fake. Layup is no good on the Gretna side by Faith Dinez. She missed a wide open look after she got Ani Liu to jump in the air. Liu in transition. She gets the layup to go. And Michaela Doggett wants to talk things over for the Gretna Dragons as Gretna trails by 12 here early on. 14-2 your score. Lincoln North Star out in front early on. 3:21 to go in the first quarter. We'll take a 30-second breather. We'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Nick Sainer back with you from called the Swamp here at Lincoln North Star High School. The Gators with an early 12-point advantage, 14-2 over the Gretna Dragons. We'll have the boys game coming up. It's slated to start at 5 p.m. Wouldn't be surprised if it starts a little bit later than that. And so we'll have the boys game action coming up. Myself, Jay Foreman, on the call for that one. Left side, turn pass deflected, taken away by Lincoln North Star as Ani Liu bounces it off her foot, and she gets it right back somehow from Gretna. Right side, Gatwich with it. Excuse me, that's Olivia Anderson, rather. Now top of the key to Kendall Anderson. Anderson players for Lincoln North Star not related. Now right side, on the doorstep, layup by Ani Luke, no good, and we're going to have a foul called on Lincoln North Star, and that's going to go on number 24, Brooke Plon, the 6'1" forward. It's going to be the first on Plon, so 14-2 is where we're at. Lincoln North Star with a 12-point advantage. 2:47 to play. First quarter, Nick Sainert with you from Lincoln North Star High School, and another turnover for the Gretna Dragons. So that pass goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gretna. You know, talk about shooting yourself in the foot. That's all Gretna's done so far this first quarter of play. 2:40 to play, first quarter from Lincoln North Star. 14-2. 12-point lead for Lincoln North Star. Olivia Anderson, top of the key. Ani Liu, pass deflected, taken away for a moment. Now fought for on the floor. Lincoln North Star comes up with it. Katie Irons freshly checked into the game after that timeout. Now cross-court pass. Liu, 3-ball left wing, back iron. Defensive rebound cleared up by the Gretna Dragons. And here comes Ava Boyce. Back the other way, the 5'4" senior. Boyce gives it to Miller. Right side, Cerrone. Cerrone, top of the key to Ava McCarter. McCarter now to Boyce in the far corner. Just inside that three-point line, she gets doubled for a moment, gets the ball back after a loose ball, and we'll have a foul called on number 11, Olivia Anderson, her second. So 1:58 to play, opening quarter. Lincoln North Star and their 6-2 record coming off of a dominating 59-16 win over the Lincoln High Lynx on Thursday. They lead this one 14-2, just a little under 6.5, a little over 6 minutes into this game. As the pass once again deflected. Nice job by Lincoln North Star, keeping their hands up, stepping into a three on the way. It's good for Kendall Anderson, the 5'10" sophomore, and it's 17-2. Gretna needing answers on offense. Draws the double. Now top of the key. Miller, 3-ball on the way. Nothing but air. As Megan Miller, the sophomore, Maggie Miller, rather, the sophomore, averaging 12.5, still scoreless today. She'll instantly check out. It wasn't a bad shot there by Maggie Miller, just off to the right. Had a good look at it. She stepped into it and all. Right side with the Gators up 17-2. Top of the key, Ani Liu with it. Guarded by Ava Boyce. Now right side, Kendall Anderson will try for a second three in a row, and she'll connect on her second three in a row as Kendall Anderson hits her second in as many possessions. It's 20-2. Cross-court pass. It goes through the hands of Ava McCarter. Out of bounds, back to the Gators. So Lincoln North Star with 20 points here in this first quarter. Gotten a couple really nice looks on the doorstep, gotten to the charity stripe a few times as well, and has hit a couple three-pointers. Is driving in the lane is Ani Liu, kicks it out. Katie Irons, 3-ball off front iron, and Gretna cleans up the miss. Crossing the timeline, now Boyce on the doorstep on the left block, bounces out, and Kendall Anderson throws it off of a Gretna Dragon out of bounds. It'll go to the Gators. Nice smart play there by Kendall Anderson as she got the defensive rebound and was stuck right underneath the Gretna hoop. Doubled up. She threw it off of the left knee of Alexis Cerrone and Gretna, and it will be Lincoln North Star basketball. 37.9 remaining. First quarter, 20-2. The score, Lincoln North Star out in front by 18. Joyce Johnson crossing the timeline, gets guarded and picked up by Ava Boyce defensively for Gretna. Joyce Johnson wasting time, dribbling near the logo. Now hands it off to Sarah Gatwich, who will take the spot near the logo on the navy blue part of the North Star emblem at midcourt. Now Gatwich in the lane, takes the harm, falls over, lays on top of a fellow Dragon, and we'll have a defensive foul called on number 14, Alexis Cerrone. So 20-2 the score. 9 seconds left, and Sarah Gatwich at the free throw line ready to shoot 2. Largest lead of the day at 19 now, 21-2 after the 1 free throw by Gatwich. 4 team fouls on the Gators to just 3 on the Dragons. Second one on the way, Gatwich bounces around and out. Gretna cleans the miss, 21-2, far pass up the floor, dumps it off to a trailing Dragon. Now on the left side, it's McCarter, gives it to Boyce, 1 on the clock, and the shot at the horn is no good. And a dominating first 8 minutes of game time for Lincoln North Star as they lead 21-2 at the end of the first quarter here from the Swamp at Lincoln North Star. We'll be back in just 60 seconds right after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska or online in your own home. Learn to ride a motorcycle, how to start a small business, how to dance, or take a course to advance in your current career path. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
When it comes to joining the Nebraska Army National Guard, you've heard it all before. College, healthcare, signing bonus. But joining is so much more than that. It's setting yourself up for a new and better chapter of your life. I'm Staff Sergeant Paul White, and because of the Nebraska Army National Guard, I'm in control of my career. And when the workday ends, I get to come home to my family. Write your next chapter by joining the Nebraska Army National Guard. For more information, schedule a meeting with me, Staff Sergeant Paul White at nationalguard.com.
What's up? Welcome back in. Start of the second quarter. Nick Sainer with you. First of 2 games today on the ticket. Stick with us all afternoon. Nebraska basketball fell to Wisconsin just a little while ago, but in Nebraska wrestling, Nash Hutmaker gets the pin in his first collegiate match against the Wyoming Cowboys in the heavyweight division. So good day for news. And here we are, high school basketball. Lincoln North Star up big on Gretna at the end of the first quarter, 21-2. Gretna forces a stop defensively. Here comes Maggie Miller back the other way. Throws up a wild shot, gets her own miss on the doorstep of the hoop. Power dribble, layup good. And Gretna has doubled their total in the first quarter on their first offensive possession here in the second quarter. They have 4 points on the day now. Joyce Johnson with it, top of the key, drives into the lane. Right side, kicks it out. Gatwich thought about the 3, decides to drive on the left side, throws up a contested layup, and that one rattles home as well. It's 23-4, Lincoln North Star. So 23-4, 7:08 to play, second quarter. Kicks it out. Here's Cerrone, finds a cutting Gretna Dragon teammate, and she's unable to hold on to the basketball, and it's taken away by the Gators. So Olivia Anderson back the other way. Now Gatwich with it, left side, irons to number 2, Alex Kroll, who's freshly checked into the game. Irons trying to find another teammate, and it goes out of bounds to the Dragons. So Annie Liu checks back in for the Lincoln North Star Gators, with the Gators up 23-4, 6:48 to go in the second quarter. Kick ball out of bounds, last touch by Annie Liu. She actually kicked it, and it went right off of the head coach, Thomas Johnson's leg. He had to limp that one off. Lou is laughing it off on the floor. It's easy to do that when you're up 23-4 here early second quarter. So Cerrone gives it to Miller, right side. Here is number 4, Emma Miller. 3 ball on the way. Boyce off back iron. Offensive rebound. Karams out to Emmy Johnson, and she is fouled by the Gators. That foul goes on number 22, Joyce Johnson. That's her first personal foul, first team foul on the Gators here in the second quarter. So it's 6:28 to play in the first half. It's 23-4, Lincoln North Star. Maggie Miller, the inbounder, throws it out top. Here's number 15, Dinah's. Her shot's blocked. Nice defensive play by Sarah Gatwich. Back the other way, Annie Liu pushing the pace, stops, tries to throw it downstairs on the doorstep. Unable to control it is number 2, Alex Kroll, and the Dragons take it away. Boyce, mid-range J, got it for Ava Boyce. So nice job for Gretna here. They've outscored Lincoln North Star 4-2 in the first 2 minutes of game time here in quarter number 2, and they still trail by 17, 23-6. Right side, here's Katie Irons. She's hit a trifecta today. Now Gatwich with it. Back to Irons on the far side, guarded by Maggie Miller, who may have just tried to reach in, unable to draw the orange or get the whistle. 3 ball on the way by Gatwich, nothing but air, and it'll go the other way with the Gretna Dragons. Maggie Miller, the sophomore, averaging 12.5, dumps it down low, unable to hold on to the passes, Dynas, and now Sarah Gatwich with a wide open lane, slows down, controls herself, and finishes with the layup on the right side of the glass. It's 25-6. Up the floor, Dynas in the lane, gets it ripped out of her palms. Somehow the Gretna Dragons get it for a moment, now fight on the hardwood. And how about this? Number 12, Emmy Johnson, got her arm twisted. She's a little slow to get up. Back on the other end, it's tipped out of bounds. Last touch by the Dragons. So Emmy Johnson, number 12 in green for Gretna, was laying on her stomach, and she kind of got rolled up on that shoulder, that left shoulder. She's still somewhat wincing in pain, slow, looks a little banged up, but she stays out there. She'll be in charge of guarding Sarah Gatwich. Now pass from the baseline, thrown to the top of the key. Gatwich far corner now, guarded once again, like I said, by Emmy Johnson. 3 ball on the way is good from Joyce Johnson. And a nice job by Johnson to get the trifecta, and it's to a 21-point Lincoln North Star lead. Pass deflected, got back by the Gretna Dragons. 3 ball, short offensive board, put back, and it's going to be a jump ball. It'll stay with the Gretna Dragons. So it's almost like Gretna at times plays a little too quick. They aren't necessarily built for that. As for the first time, we're going to see Addison Armitage in the game. But what I was saying is, it's like Gretna wants to play fast. They just aren't able to. As the 3-pointer on the way, no good. Armitage gets it back off the miss. Gretna still alive with the possession. A floater blocked by Gatwich, who's just taller than everybody else on the floor. Back the other way we go. Annie Liu, now Irons on the far side. Drives baseline, floater, nothing but net. And it's 29-6. 4:23 to play. Second quarter, 29-6. Lincoln North Star coming out firing on all cylinders. Lazy pass by Gretna, almost knocked away, but the Dragons retain the basketball. Right side, here's Cerrone, doubled up on the corner, now finds the elbow, dumped underneath. Armitage, layup, battle around, bounces out. Offensive board cleaned up, and it's blocked on the follow-through as the Gators going back the other way. Anderson, left side, cross-court pass. Katie Irons thought about the 3, got the shot fake to go. The one-handed sling pass to Annie Liu. Layup in the lane is good for Annie Liu, and it's a 25-point advantage for Lincoln North Star. 31-6. On the free throw line, mid-range J is good by Faith Dynas, and with 3:31, it's 31-8. Second quarter, almost a foul called on Dinez. Now Gators with the basketball. Gatwich drives baseline. Nobody was home for the pass as Annie Liu was cutting towards the hoop, and it will go to the Gretna Dragons. So a trio of Dragons checking in. Ava Boyce, number 12, Emmy Johnson, and number 20, Maggie Miller, all checking in for the Gretna Dragons here at this dead ball. 3:18 to play, second quarter, 31-8. Miller, cross-court pass, Boyce. Now left side, here's Cerrone on the left wing. She draws 3 defenders drawing. She has nowhere to go with the basketball, and we're going to have a foul called, I believe, on Kendall Anderson. Excuse me, that's going to be on number 24, Brooke Plon, her second. So Gretna will inbound underneath their own hoop. Maggie Miller will be the inbounder. They'll start out in a box. Now looking for the security net up at the top. Left side, Miller, as she ran to the corner after the inbound. Now cross-court pass to the top of the key. Here we are with Cerrone. Cerrone, left side, Miller. She'll pop the tray on the way. Back iron. Defensive rebound corralled by Annie Liu. Now pass tipped by Lou. Layup is no good, but a foul on the putback by number 10, Ava McCarter. And McCarter will go to the line to shoot 2 as Annie Lou picks up the foul. That's Lou's first. So 2:47 to play in the first half, 31-8. McCarter at the line. First free throw off to the right. And we're going to keep it right here at a 23-point deficit. McCarter takes 3 dribbles, puts it up. Second free throw also no good. Empty possession at the end of it all for the Gretna Dragons, and Annie Lou comes away with the miss. So Lou getting guarded by Cerrone, crosses over on Cerrone. Now Lou gets her pass deflected. Back the other way we go. Ava Boyce running the show. 2-on-1 break as it's poked away from behind. Nice defensive play there by Olivia Anderson. And it'll give the Gators defense a chance to set up while Gretna retains possession. 31-8. Cerrone, left side, guarded by Lou. Now into the paint. Her pockets picked, and that was McCarter who got it taken away from her. Back the other way, and Olivia Anderson's going to commit the foul for Lincoln North Star as Cerrone took it away from her, and she just kind of led with the shoulder, accidentally bumped into her, trying to catch her balance. So Gretna gets the basketball, and that foul goes on Olivia Anderson, who just picked up her third. So she'll more than likely have to sit for the rest of the second half as Miller will cross the timeline for Gretna. Back the other way. Miller in the lane, off the glass. It falls. And it's back to just a 21-point deficit for Gretna. 31-10. Gators out in front here. 2:04 to play in the second quarter at the Swamp, Lincoln North Star High School. Nick Sainert with you, and we have a hand check foul called on Ava Boyce. That's her first. So Gators retain possession as we are under 2 minutes to play. Joyce Johnson with it right side now. Irons, 3 ball on the way. Anderson, too strong. Offensive board cleaned up. Back out. Joyce Johnson with it. Right side Irons, a long 3, and she hits it. She says no problem as Katie Irons is able to get another 3 ball to go. And the Dragons now face a 24-point deficit to the Gators. Down the lane, McCarter dumps it off. Shots blocked by Gatwich as Emmy Johnson tried to put up the shot from the right side of the hoop, and it's going to be Gretna basketball underneath their own hoop. 1:35 to play. Second quarter, 34-10. Pass out top to the top of the key. Boyce now left side, Maggie Miller, guarded by Joyce Johnson. Right side here is Emma Miller, rather. Left side, Maggie Miller. Top of the key, Ava Boyce. Back to Maggie. On the elbow, spin move at the lane. She just tried to throw it up. It goes last touch by the Gators as it goes out of bounds. 8 seconds on the shot clock, 1:18 on the game clock. So that's something we're going to have to watch as this possession gets started or continued here. Left side to Maggie Miller near far corner. 3 ball, too strong. That one did not hit rim. Shot clock did not reset. Now they reset the shot clock in the lane. Layup, no good. Rejected by Sarah Gatwich in the last touch off of number 4, Emma Miller and the Gretna Dragons. So Lincoln North Star will get possession of the basketball leading 34-10 with 1:05 to play in the second quarter. Joyce Johnson crosses the timeline. Johnson in the lane, hesitates for a moment, gets past the defender, unable to finish on the layup, and the miss cleaned up by Emma Miller. Left side, here is McCarter on the left wing, now dribbles into the corner, kicks it back out, top of the key. Here's Emma Miller into the lane in the fingernail, back out Miller. She drives in the lane, puts up a wild shot. It's deflected, and last touch by Lincoln North Star. So Lincoln North Star playing some tough defense here in this first half. They lead 34-10, 43 seconds here in the second quarter. Far corner, 3 ball on the way is good. I think they're going to count it. They sounded the horn because they had a substitute. And now they're going to allow the 3 to count. Or they counted it just as a 2. I thought her foot was clearly behind the line. So they're going to count it as a 2. It'll stay 34-12. Annie Lou checks in for Lincoln North Star, however. Now, top of the key near the logo, here is Katie Irons. 32 seconds on the ticker. Shot clock reads 22 seconds. Left side, now top of the key, Kendall Anderson. Anderson guarded airtight by McCarter. Now in the lane, Gatwich lost it for a moment, gets it back, kicks it out. Anderson, extra pass, right side, 3-ball irons. Off back iron, offensive board. Annie Lou back, dumps it off. Gatwich, nice find by Annie Lou. And she's able to find Gatwich on the doorstep, and it's 36-12. Maggie Miller crosses the timeline, passes it right side. Ava Boyce splits the double team, and she is fouled. She may have gotten hit in the knee. Foul goes on number 2 for Lincoln North Star, Alex Kroll, the freshman. That is the 5th foul on Lincoln North Star, so that will put the Dragons in the bonus. 1-1 coming up for Ava Boyce. Free throw on the way, off back iron, too strong. And with 36-12 reading on the scoreboard in favor of the Gators and 3 seconds on the game clock, Boyce has one more. And it's good. So 3 seconds. Annie Lou throws it up the floor. There's the horn. The shot will not count, although it went in for Alex Kroll. The shot does not count. And at the half, your score, Lincoln North Star 36, the Gretna Dragons 13 in our first game of the doubleheader today. It's the girls' game now, the boys' game in a little over an hour here from the Swamp at Lincoln North Star High School. Nick Sainert with you, and we'll be back with the halftime show coming up right after this on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats. Dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people. Small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
As the chief buffet officer here at Pizza Ranch, I get all kinds of buffet questions. Here's one from Cole.
Is there a real cactus in your cactus bread?
Great question, Cole. No, there is no cactus in our cactus bread, just sweet cinnamony streusel. It's on our buffet every day, along with pizza, chicken, ice cream, and all your other favorites. Even better, at least for your parents, kids eat free on Tuesday nights. And don't worry, Cole, there's no coal in our coleslaw either.
Pizza Ranch, everyone's favorite buffet.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't, win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh, yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip! Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
'Tis the season to give the gift of Kawasaki good times at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln. With up to $3,500 off of select 2023 TRX side-by-sides and $2,000 off a 2024 Mule Pro FXT, there's no shortage of savings and good times to be had by the whole crew. Don't miss the 'Tis the Season sales event at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln. They have you covered with a large selection of Kawasaki side-by-sides at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in. Offer valid through 12/31/2023. Subject to change without notice. Offer available on approved purchase of select new unregistered Kawasaki vehicles. Model and year exclusions apply. Cannot be combined with promotional retail financing rates.
back in 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert with you from Lincoln North Star High School. Your score at the break. Lincoln North Star out in front big, 36-13. They only held the Gretna Dragons to just 2 points in that first quarter, and then Gretna had a nice offensive quarter in comparison with 11 points in that second stanza. But here we are. Lincoln North Star leads big, 36-13, a 23-point advantage at the half. Huge thanks once again to Ben Droz for pushing all the buttons back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios at 1040 O Street. If you are out and about, you want to grab a cup of coffee, head over there, and the mill is still open until 5 p.m. today. So once again, your halftime score, 36-13, North Star out in front by 23. When you look at the storyline in that first half, Gretna just unable to hold on to the basketball. They shot themselves in the foot time and time again with costly turnovers on throwing it out of bounds, bouncing it off of their foot, bouncing it off of the opponent's legs, and it not being necessarily a kicked ball. But when you look at North Star, nice job defensively, having the double team be effective in those first two quarters. A really nice first half from the players like Katie Irons, who hit a couple threes. Kendall Anderson hit 2 trifectas in back-to-back possessions as well. And then Sarah Gatwich has been big and been a force on the defensive end with multiple blocks and at least 5 rebounds for the Gators defense. So when you look at the storyline in this one, the Gators came in winners 6 of their last 7 games and are well on their way to being winners of 7 of their last 8 when you include this one, barring a dramatic change in quarters 3 and 4 from the Gretna Dragons team led by head coach Michaela Dodgett. Once again, the Gretna Dragons getting ready to play Lewis Central, which is a high school from Council Bluffs, Iowa, in just a couple of days on Monday afternoon. Lincoln North Star will have Lincoln East on Tuesday night, and that's what's coming up. Both these teams have had pretty successful years to begin with. Like I mentioned, the Gators 6-2 in their last 7 games. They're winners of 6 of their last 7. They lost their first game of the season to Bellevue West, but have caught a hot streak here as of late. They beat Lincoln High 59-16 on Thursday night, and here, really strong defensive effort once again, holding the Gretna Dragons to just 13 points through 2 quarters of play. Let's go ahead and take a break. We'll be back in just a few minutes. 3:45 is on the clock, so we'll be back in about 3.5 minutes or so as we get ready for quarter number 3. Your halftime score once again from Lincoln North Star High School, 36-13. The Gators out in front big over the Gretna Dragons. Don't go anywhere. Quarter number 3 coming up in just a few minutes on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When it comes to joining the Nebraska Army National Guard, you've heard it all before. College, healthcare, signing bonus. But joining is so much more than that. It's setting yourself up for a new and better chapter of your life. I'm Staff Sergeant Paul White, and because of the Nebraska Army National Guard, I'm in control of my career. And when the workday ends, I get to come home to my family. Write your next chapter by joining the Nebraska Army National Guard. For more information, schedule a meeting with me, Staff Sergeant Paul White at nationalguard.com.
You can search online for hours to find the best electricians in Lincoln and the surrounding area, but I'll save you time. High Electric has been serving their customers for 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They're experts in everything electrical, from remodeling to new additions, hot tub installations, electric vehicle chargers or EV chargers, lighting, ceiling fans, and more. High Electric takes jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at highelectric.com.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
'Tis the season to give the gift of Kawasaki Good Times at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln. With up to $3,500 off of select 2023 TRX side-by-sides and $2,000 off a 2024 Mule Pro FXT, there's no shortage of savings and good times to be had by the whole crew. Don't miss the 'Tis the Season sales event at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln. They have you covered with a large selection of Kawasaki side-by-sides at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in. Offer valid through 12/31/2023. Subject to change without notice. Offer available on approved purchase of select new unregistered Kawasaki vehicles. Model and year exclusions apply. Cannot be combined with promotional retail financing rates.
Welcome back in Lincoln North Star High School. 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Start of the third quarter with you. Nick Sainer joining you on a Saturday afternoon. It'll be my last high school broadcast for a while. We'll still have high school hoops on the ticket. We'll have 4 games over the course of the time that I'm on vacation. Josh Lill, you'll be in good hands. Josh Lill will be on the call for those. And so excited for Josh, as he'll bring you high school sports while I'm on vacation. So 36-13 the score. Lincoln North Star will start with the basketball, leading by 23 here. Left side, here's Annie Liu. Guarded closely, now right side. Kendall Anderson, 3-ball off to the right, no good. Offensive board, corralled by Liu once again. Joyce Johnson now top of the key. Anderson, left side, Irons. Irons guarded by Cerrone for Gretna. Pass deflected, but retained by the Gators, and Joyce Johnson backs it up near the logo. Right side, Anderson. She just missed a 3 a moment ago. Passes into no man's land, and it's taken away by Cerrone and the Gretna Dragons defense. Back the other way, we head with on the doorstep. A layup is good by number 4, Emma Miller, and it's a 36-15 ball game. So now Joyce Johnson brings it across the timeline. Johnson passes right side to Katie Irons. Now Kendall Anderson with it. Gets it poked away. How about this? A little bit of aggressive defense and a little juice coming out here for the Gretna defense. So now inside here is Joyce Johnson. She dribbles it to the top of the key. Left side, it's Katie Irons. Irons just a freshman, showing some exciting flashes here today as she crosses over Maggie Miller. Hello. And she takes it easy for a moment. Her pass almost deflected. Cerrone falls down. She's still on the hardwood. Almost got tripped over by Sarah Gatwich in the lane. Left-handed layup. Too strong defensive rebound for Katie Irons. Back the other way we go. 2-on-1 break. Liu bounce pass. Anderson doorstep. Low layup. No good. And the miss cleaned up by Gretna. So back the other way as Gatwich allows the ball handler to just dribble right by her. Now far corner. Right side, Maggie Miller on the doorstep. Left side, pass deflected, out of bounds. Last touch by Liu and the Gators defense. And it will be retained by the Gretna Dragons. 36-15 the score. 6:28 to play, third quarter. Gretna will inbound it underneath their own bucket. They struggled offensively in the first quarter, just 2 points there. Then they scored 11 in the second period. And the 3-ball by Ava Boyce is good. Nice shot there by Ava Boyce. And it's a 36-18 game as this quarter has started out in a 5-0 run for the Gretna Dragons. Student section starting to fill up, getting ready for the boys game. Now left side, here's Annie Liu down low. Right side now, Joyce Johnson, 3-ball, short. Rebound Karams out to Lincoln North Star. It goes off of the hip of Joyce Johnson. I think she was not expecting it to be saved from going out of bounds by Annie Liu. Liu threw it off of Johnson's lap, and it just bounces out of bounds. So Gretna catches a little bit of a break after they allowed the offensive rebound. And we're going to have a sub here, so a stoppage in play as Olivia Anderson checks back in for Lincoln North Star. Anderson has 3 personal fouls, so that's something to watch as we move forward here. 36-18. North Star has doubled up Gretna here this afternoon. Trap at the corner, right in that no man's land, if you will, where you just cross the half-court line and you're guarded also by the sideline, but Gretna's able to keep possession as it's knocked out of bounds. Layup in the lane, no good, but deflected and goes out of bounds after Emmy Johnson tried to put it up there. So Gretna keeps the basketball, passes it in far corner. Now McCarter with it. Pass deflected, taken away up the floor. Annie Liu. Here we go. One-on-one. Liu keeps it left-handed. Layup off the glass. Bounces off the back iron and falls. And it's 38-18. Back to a 20-point lead. Passing it up the floor. Here's Dinez. Puts it up. No good. Gets her own miss. Looking for help. Throws it out to the top. Driving in the lane. Left-handed layup is good for Emma Miller. So now Johnson for Lincoln North Star will bring it across the half-court line. 5:14 to play third quarter. Pass on the right side, and we'll have a foul called on Dinez. Faith Dinez, her third. So 5:11 to play, third quarter, 38-20. Your score, 5:11 to play in quarter number 3. Jay Foreman will join me for the boys' game. That one's slated to start right near around 5 p.m. or so, depending on when this one finishes up. It's deflected out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Gators. Exactly 5 minutes left on the game clock here in quarter number 3. 38-20, inbounds it on the block. Now passes out to Joyce Johnson. She stops at the elbow, kicks it out. Kendall Anderson, 14 in white, guarded by number 14 in green. Now Gatwich crosses over right, left into the lane. Her shot's blocked, but she is fouled by number 12, Emmy Johnson. That'll be Johnson's first. They instead called that on Alexis Cerrone. So instead of Emmy Johnson, who was the one that was guarding her, they're going to say that Cerrone got the body. So now that's going to take Emmy Johnson out of the game, though, despite not getting the foul called on her. 38-20 the score. 4:48 to play in the third quarter. First free throw by Gatwich was no good. Second one coming up here in just a second. She fires, and it rattles around and down. 39-20. 19-point advantage for the Gators. Coming off that big 59-16 victory against Lincoln High on Thursday. Having little to no issues against the Gretna Dragons here today. Gretna lost by 10 to Millard South just a few days ago. And trying to snap the streak and get one game closer to 500 as the pass from Maggie Miller to Cerrone. Cerrone wasn't even paying attention to it. She was looking off in the distance, and it bounces off her left arm and out of bounds. So Gators get the basketball right back. Right side, here's Anderson. Long three, and it does no issue as Kendall Anderson drains the three ball, and it's 42-20. Cerrone gets trapped, somehow dribbles out of it. Cerrone out of control, and she turns it over. Back the other way we go. Two-handed overhead pass to Gatwich. Pass deflected and taken away from the Gators by the Dragons. Maggie Miller trying to split the double team. She gets it poked away from behind, and now Anderson gets it poked away from behind. Fight on the floor. It falls on it. North Star comes away with the basketball, and Thomas Johnson wants to talk things over. I think that's probably a good idea. 4:03 to play in the third quarter. Everybody gets a chance to catch their breath, and we'll go ahead and take a 30-second timeout. We'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Nick Sater back with you, Lincoln North Star High School. Gretna and Lincoln North Star. Lincoln North Star leads 42-20 with 4:03 to play. There was about a 20-second span there that resulted in a total of 4 turnovers there 3 for Gretna, 1 for Lincoln North Star. North Star got it back, called a quick timeout. Gatwich in the lane, off the glass, and a nice underhand finish for Sarah Gatwich as she extends the Gators' lead to 24. Cerrone throws it over to the top. Now Boyce with it in the near corner. Gets doubled. Her pass deflected. Cerrone comes away with it. Now Armitage. Now Cerrone, far corner. Cerrone's pass deflected, and it will stay with the Dragons. One thing North Star does well, and now granted they have a little more height than the Dragons do, so it's pretty applicable here today, but one thing they do, keep their hands up. As Cerrone will try the 3, short, and it bounces out off the deflection, back to Cerrone. Throws it, skips past, 3-ball Boyce, off to the right, rebound, bounces around, misses some hands, and now we'll have a jump ball. It'll stay with the Dragons. And so what I was saying, though, and with having a little extra height here today, Lincoln North Star able to get their hands, their mitts on a lot of passes. As that one is deflected, it goes out of bounds. Once again, Olivia Anderson. And if you're Thomas Johnson, you're saying this is good. I mean, aggressive, attentive on defense here, keeping the hands up. They inbound it to Cerrone. She gets doubled by Anderson and Liu. Now bounces out of it to Maggie Miller, who's been relatively quiet, although she's the leading scorer. Boyce to Miller. Miller, top of the key. Dribbles in the double team, and it's kicked. It'll go out of bounds. Last touch by Kendall Anderson and the Lincoln North Star Gators with 3:08 to go on the game clock in the quarter and 20 seconds on the shot clock. Far side, Maggie Miller. Her pass deflected once again, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lincoln North Star. A sign tips over on the stands. They'll have to pick that one up. And it'll stay with Gretna Dragons. You know, one thing I will say that might provide some benefits for Lincoln North Star, or excuse me, for Gretna, would be pass faking. They're not faking anything out. It's telegraphed. Everything's predetermined. They know where they want to go with it, and they end up going that direction every single time. Not necessarily in a good way. Pass again, deflected out of bounds. Last touch by the Gators. So Gretna gets it back. So 20 on the shot clock still. Gretna looking to inbound it, looking for help, throws it over the top. They get it inbounded to Emmy Johnson, who hands it off to Emma Miller. Now Cerrone with it. Takes one dribble, mid-range jumper, and it swishes through the net. It didn't look pretty, but Cerrone was able to convert on the mid-range J, and it's 44-22. Lincoln North Star on the left side. Annie Liu with it. Dribbles. Kicks it out. Katie Irons. 3-ball. Yes. So Katie Irons able to make it 47-22. And now she takes it away out of the hands of Cerrone. Back the other way we go. Cerrone. She's going to foul her from behind. Irons unable to connect on the layup. And that foul is going to go on Cerrone. So that'll be the third on Cerrone. Alexis Cerrone, the senior, averaging 4.8 per game. I think Tommy Johnson's probably talking about, hey, was that intentional? Pushed her from behind a little bit. Irons had a wide open look at the bucket. Didn't necessarily make a play on the ball, but nonetheless, 2 free throws coming up for Irons. Now make it just 1 as she drills the first. So Cerrone will check out along with Ava McCarter. The 5 out there right now for head coach Michaela Dodgett of Gretna is Ava Boyce, number 15 Faith Dinez, number 20 Maggie Miller, number 12 Emmy Johnson, and number 4 Emma Miller. In the lane, layup on the doorstep, no good. Gets her own miss, puts back, no good also, but Emmy Johnson will go to the line to shoot 2 shots. Foul goes on number 4, Sarah Gatwich. That's her first. Nice job by Sarah so far tonight, playing aggressive on the defensive end without fouling. She's got multiple blocks in this one. And so second free throw for Johnson is also good. So she hits both free throws. It's a 25-point Lincoln North Star advantage, 49-24. Gatwich brings it across the timeline, gets picked up by Maggie Miller. Gatwich crosses over, hesitates in the lane, dumps it off, and it's going to be a jump ball possession arrow will keep it with the Gators. 2:05 remaining. Third quarter here. 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. You guys can always listen on the FM dial on our app, the website, and then we also have our streams available for you, whether that's Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, or even on Allo Channel 951, about to be Channel 961 here in just a few days. So left side, Annie Lou with it. Now Olivia Anderson missed Lou wide open down low. Instead, skips it over to Katie Irons, bounces it out. Gatwich 3 ball, no good. Offensive rebound, put back, bounces out, and it's corralled by the defense and the Gretna Dragons. Maggie Miller rushing back the other way, crosses the timeline, passes it off to the right side. Emmy Johnson spins, pivots, looking for help, gets double teamed, and the ball is poked away, corralled by the Gators. 1:27 remaining. Third quarter here from Lincoln North Star High School. 49-24 Gators with the lead and the basketball here. 23 seconds on the shot clock. Irons looking for help. And we're going to have a foul called on Lincoln North Star. Foul goes on Brooke Plon, her third. Checking into the game, Anna Weberg, a freshman for Gretna. First action for Weberg tonight. Also back into the game, Ava McCarter. So you look at Gretna, right? They have Ava Boyce is not out there, but right now McCarter has it. A separate Ava looking for help, finds Weberg on the near side. Gets picked up by Lou. Now right side, here's Maggie Miller. I'll get back to my point on Gretna in just a moment. Here is Dinez. Left side, McCarter. 14 on the shot clock, puts up a shot, no good. She gets her own miss, and now she'll get fouled by Olivia Anderson. That's going to be Anderson's fourth. But what I was saying is you look at some of these players that are getting playing time for the Gretna Dragons, right? Ava McCarter's a freshman. Emmy Johnson's a sophomore. You look at Maggie Miller. She's a sophomore. Anna Weberg, freshman. Addison Armitage, junior. So you look at a lot of these players, and they're relatively young. Going to be coming back next season for the Gretna offense. So Anderson will have to sit down after picking up her fourth foul. 51 seconds on the game clock. Second free throw is good. 49-26 the score. Lincoln North Star leads by 23. 46 seconds and counting on the game clock. Shot clock is active. 26 on the shot clock as Joyce Johnson is tripped up and is fouled by Faith Dinez. That's going to be her fourth. And with that, number 33, Addison Armitage, is going to have to check back in. So Johnson on the right side gets a screen right from Irons. Johnson working on Weberg, gets doubled, fight for it on the floor, and Maggie Miller picks up a foul as she reached in. That's only the first on Maggie Miller for Gretna. The fifth team foul for the Dragons. So they'll go to the line to shoot free throws. First free throw is good for Johnson. Little Husker football news. This comes from our very own Steven Sipple. How about this? This will make some Husker fans' ears perk up as Johnson hits the second free throw. Nebraska football in talks with former Houston head coach Dana Holgerson about joining the Nebraska football staff. Holgerson was seen at the Nebraska wrestling meet today. As we have a loose ball, it's going to be a turnover in favor of the Gators. So that'd be quite the get. Who was an offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach for Houston and Oklahoma State before he became a head coach at West Virginia and then went back to where he was familiar with at Houston. Houston then fired him and went towards Willie Taggart, the former Tulane head coach, and Dana Holgerson looking to join maybe the Nebraska staff. 9 seconds to go. Joyce Johnson at the top of the key. Left side, Gatwich with it. Crosses over in the lane. Gatwich up and under. Too strong, misses a layup. That will be the end of the third quarter, as the half-court heave will not count. And at the end of 3 quarters of play, Gretna trails 51-26 to the Lincoln North Star Gators here from Lincoln North Star High School. We'll be right back with the start of the fourth quarter after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't, win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh, yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip! Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you. Nick Sander back with you. Start of the fourth quarter. 51-26 is where we're at. Lincoln North start with a big lead over the Gretna Dragons. We'll have the boys game coming up in just a little while, about 25 minutes or so, 20 minutes maybe, after the conclusion of this game. 3-ball, Ava Boyce rims around and out. Boyce gets the miss, and she puts up another shot. No good. Offensive board again. And we're going to have out of bounds, last touch by the Gretna Dragons. So it'll be Lincoln North Star basketball as Annie Lou slow to get up for Lincoln North Star. 51-26. 7:44 to go in the ball game. Lincoln North Star well on their way to a 7-2 record here if they can hold on here, barring a late charge from Gretna rather. Lincoln North Star winners of 6 of their last 7. Coming into today. They lost their first game to Bellevue West. On the baseline, Anderson gets it poked away, taken away from her. Here comes Cerrone. Cerrone has 3 fouls, playing aggressive still defensively. Now in the lane, McCarter in the lane, and she is fouled by Annie Lou. That's going to be the second on Lou. So that's second. That's the second on Lou. Going to the line to shoot 2 shots is Ava McCarter, a freshman averaging 6.5 per contest, and she misses the first. Second one for McCarter is good. Joyce Johnson got the chair pulled from underneath her. She fell down, but she's running the length of the floor. Looks like she's just fine. Kroll kicks it out. Johnson now in the near corner. Johnson in the lane. Dribbles, kicks it, irons, floater, no good, misses everything, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch, obviously, by Katie Irons on the shot. So Gretna basketball, 51-27 the score. Lincoln North Star out in front big by 24, if my math doesn't deceive me. So now Cerrone, top of the key, cuts it or throws it into the middle of the lane, just threw a rocket, and McCarter was unable to hold on to it. It's tipped. Joyce Johnson comes away with it. Irons squares up. 3-ball. Just a tad strong, but the rebound caroms out to Irons. She dumps it off, tries to underhand it to Lou. She puts up a shot. No dice. Lincoln North Star fans wanted a foul on that one. No whistle. Players are out of control here as Cerrone may have just gotten away with a travel and a half there. Now she underhands it. Granny passes it, if you will, to the left side. Back to Cerrone, into the lane, into the fingernail. McCarter looking, gets knocked down defensively, throwing it up the floor. Irons in transition. Layup is no good. Offensive rebound. Johnson gets it blocked, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Dragons. 51-27. 6:07 to play. Lincoln North Star, 6:07 to play, fourth quarter, inbound for Lincoln North Star. And they get it up top to Joyce Johnson. Johnson crosses over, kicks it out. Kroll at the elbow, stops, kicks to Kendall Anderson, left side. Katie Irons dribbles through the legs, crosses over on Ava Boyce. She puts up a left-handed layup, and it's good for Katie Irons. Make it 53-27 as we're going to have a foul on the floor. That one might have gone on Katie Irons. It is. That's going to be the second on Katie Irons, the freshman. I talked about the youth for Gretna. You can say the same thing for Lincoln North Star. How about this? Their starting lineup features 2 freshmen, 2 sophomore, and 1 junior. As Maggie Miller looking for help, she gets doubled by Lincoln North Star, has no help. Players just standing around. She gets away from Cerrone. Cerrone stops at the free throw line, shoots off back iron. Too strong offensive rebound. Keeping her pivot foot is Martin, but back no good. And the glass is cleaned up by Kendall Anderson of Lincoln North Star. Up the floor we go. Alex Kroll crossing the timeline. Kroll in the lane. It's a blocking foul on Cerrone. And that'll be the 4th on Alexis Cerrone. Five minutes and 20 seconds remain. 53-20. First free throw by Kroll is good. Second one is also good for Alex Kroll, the freshman. They'll sub in Olivia Anderson for Katie Irons. So now Gretna trying to find answers, and they get their pass taken away. Pass up the floor. Gatwich can't chase it down, and she goes head first into the bleachers. Gatwich with a smile. She may have gotten hurt. Her back hurts, holding her back. Players laughing on Lincoln North Star's side. She looks to be okay. It's going to be Gretna basketball. She took a heck of a fall. She went straight underneath the tape. And now back to the way we go as a steal for Kroll. Layup is good for Lincoln North Star. Gretna trying to play fast, and they're down by 30, playing sloppy. Passes left side. Here's Dinez. Loses it once again. Now that's going to be a double dribble for Faith Dinez. And another turnover for Gretna. So back the way we go with Lincoln North Star. 4:47 to play. In the fourth quarter, 57-27. Annie Lou with it, stops at the elbow, throws it up top to Gatwich, and there's going to be a jump ball called on the floor. Possession arrow keeps it with North Star. So with 4:36 remaining, 57-27 your score. They throw it into Annie Lou. She loses it for a moment, but gets it back on the left wing. Cross-court pass with 2 hands to Kendall Anderson. Now right side, Alex Kroll crosses over at the elbow, stops, throws it across the other way to the far side to Anderson. Now to Anderson. Kendall Anderson shoots the 3 and hits. It's now a 33-point advantage for Lincoln North Star. 60-27, 4:11 to play, fourth quarter. Maggie Miller throws it right into the hands of Lincoln North Star. Back the other way we go. Gatwich, layup falls. It's a 35-point lead for the Lincoln North Star Gators. Thomas Johnson calling off the dog, saying, get on back. We'll just play defense in the half court now. Ava Boyce with it, bounces it inside into the block. Armitage, and it's off of her leg, going back to the Gators. Cerrone checks in with those 4 fouls. 62-27 the score. Once again, Lincoln North Star, how about this? They came coming in off of a 59-16 win against Lincoln High. They now have topped last game's point total. Still with 3:48 to play in the fourth quarter. They have 62 points. Gretna has it. They throw it in. Armitage gets her shot blocked. Offensive rebound, kicks it out. Cerrone takes 2 dribbles, draws the double, looking for help, throws it cross court. Boyce 3-ball. Off front iron, offensive board. Cerrone doing work. And now, that is Dinez, rather. Faith Dinez, number 15, not 14. The braid of her hair was covering up the part of the 5. And so Dinez is able to go to the line to shoot 2 shots. So the first free throw on the way is good for Dinez. Makes it 62-28 here with 3:37 to go in the fourth quarter. Diaz takes 2 dribbles, takes a breath, now throws up the second one, and it's also good, 62-29. 3:34 and counting. As Annie Lou will bring it across the timeline, getting ready to check in for the Gretna Dragons is number 3, Kelsey Van Wart. Now top of the key, it's Alex Kroll. Some reserves starting to come in for both sides. Lincoln North Star has put in freshman 5'10" guard Leslie Garcia into the game. 3 ball on the way, Katie Irons, and she hits it. Nice job by Katie Irons. Had a nice look from the left wing, and she drilled it. 65-29. Lincoln North Star with a big lead. On the left side, here's Diaz. In the lane, she throws up a wild shot, and she is fouled with 2:54 to play in the fourth quarter. Foul goes on Brooke Plon, her 4th. So both Olivia Anderson and Brooke Plon have 4 fouls for the Lincoln North Star Gators, while the Gretna Dragons also have 2 people with 4 fouls, Alexis Cerrone and Faith Diaz. Ava Boyce will check out as Van Wart comes into the game for the Dragons. It's a 35-point Gator advantage, 65-30. Diaz unable to connect on the second free throw, and the rebound caroms out to where number 24, Brooke Plon, is able to come away with it. Now pass stolen by Cerrone. Layup no good, but Cerrone will go right to the line to shoot foul shots. As 2 shots coming up for Alexis Cerrone. 2:47 to play in the fourth quarter. Nick Sainert with you from Lincoln North Star High School. We'll have the boys game coming up about 20-25 minutes or so after the conclusion of this game. Jay Foreman will join me for that one as well. Second free throw also no good, so we're still 65-31 as an offensive rebound for Gretna. Now Cerrone with it on the right wing. Cerrone in the elbow, pass taken away. Plon can't hold on to it. It gives it to Van Wart. Now Cerrone on the top of the key near the logo. Left side, here's Emma Martin. Back to Cerrone, into the lane, pass tipped. It's corralled by, Van Wart on the right wing. Takes 2 dribbles, looking for help, bounces it out to Cerrone. 10 on the shot clock, 2:21 on the game clock. Cerrone throws up a wild shot. It's fought for. It goes out of bounds. And the last touch by Diaz of the Gretna Dragons. So it goes to Lincoln North Star. 65-31. Lincoln North Star with a large lead, 34 points. 34 points. 2:09 to play in the fourth quarter. Joyce Johnson kicks it out. Also into the game for Lincoln North Star is a player that's not on their roster, number 3 in white. So apologies to her. She is not. Let's see if I can find it. There is not even a number 3. Oh, it's going to be Jama Neighbor. Listed on their junior varsity roster. Jama Neighbor, a sophomore at 5'6". First free throw is no good after a Gretna foul on number 33, Addie Armitage. 1:59 to play. So now, after the second missed free throw, how about this? Anna Weberg collects the miss for the Gretna Dragons. Left side, here's Martin. In the lane, in the fingernail, it's Armitage. Now Diaz, left side, Martin, into the lane. Armitage, turnaround, hook shot, too strong, and it's deflected out of bounds. Last touch by the Gators. He pointed towards the direction of that the Dragons touched to last, but he changed his mind. Now Van Wart will try a 3 off the bench, and she hits. How about that? And a big smile there from number 3 in green, Kelsey Van Wart, as she gets her first points in this one, freshly off the bench. 1:25 to go, fourth quarter, 65-34. Tommy Johnson and his Lincoln North Star Gators squad on their way to a 7-2 record as Joyce Johnson able to take it to the rack and finish with the right hand. It's 67-34. 1:08 to play, fourth quarter, and we have a foul as a little bit of slippage on the hardwood at that right elbow as Emma Martin took a tumble. Looked like the banana peel she slipped on the banana peel rather, and she slid right into the leg of a Gator defender and is fouled on the way to the hardwood. First free throw on the way is good for Emma Martin. Number 23 for the Gretna Dragons, Maddie Sykes, the freshman guard, getting ready to check in just a moment as Martin's able to connect on both free throws. So now Sykes will come in for the shooter. And it's going to be Gators basketball. 67-36. Alex Kroll with it, crossing over at the logo. We are under a minute left in today's game. Gators 3-ball on the way. Neighbor just off to the left. Offensive rebound. Gives it to Johnson. Free throw line J. And it falls. Joyce Johnson having herself a nice game. Here, 69-36 is the score with 40 seconds to play. Van Wart, top of the key, Weberg. She tries to get it inside to Armitage. Now takes it away to the Gators, and back the other way we go with Lincoln North Star. Now pass taken away once again by Dinez. She puts up a wild shot and is fouled by Johnson. So that is Joyce Johnson's second. First free throw good by Dinez. Makes it 69-37 with 27.0 seconds left on the game clock. Shot clock will be turned off for this final possession for the Gators. It's 69-38. I should say barring a shot from Lincoln North Star. We saw the boys team, despite having a double-digit lead on Thursday, they still took a shot at the end of the game. Now Alex Kroll trying to just dribble back and forth. Crosses over left side. Here's Neighbor back to Kroll. 11 on the game clock. It looks like they may hold for the final shot in this one. Kroll steps back near the logo. 4 seconds on the game clock, and that will do it. The horn will sound in 1 second, and that's the final score. Your final tally, Lincoln North Star improves to 7-2 on the campaign as they win 69-38 over the Gretna Dragons as the Dragons fall to 4-7 on the season. The Dragons will get ready to play Lewis Central, the team from Council Bluffs, Iowa, on Monday, while the Lincoln North Star Gators prepare for Lincoln East on Tuesday evening. Nice job by Thomas Johnson and his entire squad tonight. They have now won 7 of their last 8 games and improved to 7-2 on the season. Don't go anywhere. In about 10 minutes or so, myself and Jay Foreman will be right back here from Lincoln North Star High School as we get you ready for the boys game between the same two teams, the Gretna Dragons and the Lincoln North Star Gators. A lot of interesting players, a lot of great storylines to come in that one. Huge thanks to Ben for pushing all the buttons back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios at 1040 O Street in downtown Lincoln. Saying so long from Lincoln North Star High School for just about 10 minutes or so. It's Nick Sainer. Your final score, 69-38. The Lincoln North Star Gators get a big win, dominating the Gretna Dragons today to improve to 7-2 on the season. We'll be right back. We'll talk to you in about 10 minutes from Lincoln North Star High School right here, right now on a Saturday afternoon on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When it comes to joining the Nebraska Army National Guard, you've heard it all before. College, healthcare, signing bonus. But joining is so much more than that. It's setting yourself up for a new and better chapter of your life. I'm Staff Sergeant Paul White, and because of the Nebraska Army National Guard, I'm in control of my career. And when the workday ends, I get to come home to my family. Write your next chapter by joining the Nebraska Army National Guard. For more information, schedule a meeting with me, Staff Sergeant Paul White at nationalguard.com.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska or online in your own home. Learn pottery or floral design, take a computer course, learn Spanish, how to start writing a book, or Air Fryer 101. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
As the chief buffet officer here at Pizza Ranch, I get all kinds of buffet questions. Here's one from Cole.
Is there a real cactus in your cactus bread?
Great question, Cole. No, there is no cactus in our cactus bread, just sweet cinnamony streusel. It's on our buffet every day, along with pizza, chicken, ice cream, and all your other favorites. Even better, at least for your parents, kids eat free on Tuesday nights. And don't worry, Cole, there's no coal in our coleslaw either.
Pizza Ranch, everyone's favorite buffet.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstoRats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
You can search online for hours to find the best electricians in Lincoln and surrounding area, but I'll save you time. High Electric has been serving their customers for 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They're experts in everything electrical, from remodeling to new additions, hot tub installations, electric vehicle chargers or EV chargers, lighting, ceiling fans, and more. High Electric takes jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at highelectric.com.
Gretna Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gretna Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gretna Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gretna Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GretnaTrucking.com.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Hello and welcome back to the 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Just giving you guys a little break from the ads. We're going to do some score updates, and I'm going to first do a score update for the NFL game going on right now, where we have a Saturday doubleheader in the NFL. And first, it's the Ravens against the Steelers. There is just a little over 2 minutes left in the first half, and it is a tied game, 7-7. The Steelers just received the ball. So it's a rainy one down in Baltimore. So definitely been a lot of running from both teams. Both teams kept it on the ground. Obviously, the Ravens do not have Lamar Jackson, as the Baltimore Ravens secured the number 1 seed last week with their win over the Dolphins. The Steelers, however, are fighting to stay alive. They're fighting to try to make the NFL playoffs. With a win here today, they will make the playoffs. So Ravens and Steelers, since it is a rivalry game. It's not like the Ravens are just going to step down and let the Steelers win. They're trying as hard as they can to win this game. It's just going to be without the probably future MVP, Lamar Jackson. But yes, just a little over 2 minutes left to go in the first half. It is 7-7 tied game. The Steelers do have the ball, however. But yeah, it is a rainy one down in Baltimore. Both teams not having much success through the air. Now taking it to basketball scores, high school basketball. Blair and Bennington played, and Bennington defeated Blair 66-46. At the halftime, it's Wahoo and Lincoln Lutheran. Wahoo leads Lincoln Luther 29-14. Very low scoring game there for the boys varsity basketball game. And finally, we have Coningston and HDRS, the Titans there. It's at halftime. Coningston is leading 29-9. So Conestoga is leading at the half. And then also men's basketball played for Husker Hoops. The men's basketball team lost to Wisconsin. Wisconsin just was on fire from the three-point line. Wisconsin shot over 50% from the three-point line. Nebraska didn't shoot the ball. They shot the ball very well too, but Wisconsin just was lights out all game, and Nebraska's defense just had no answers. Nebraska was held to just 13 points in the paint, I believe. They were just relying on the three-point ball, and it was falling for them, but not as well as it was for Wisconsin. We're going to have more high school basketball coming up here on 93.7 The Ticket, as the Gretna Dragons and Lincoln North Star boys basketball teams are going to be fighting here in about 10 minutes. So don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip! Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
'Tis the season to give the gift of Kawasaki good times at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln. With up to $3,500 off of select 2023 TRX side-by-sides and $2,000 off a 2024 Mule Pro FXT, there's no shortage of savings and good times to be had by the whole crew. Don't miss the 'Tis the Season sales event at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln. They have you covered with a large selection of Kawasaki side-by-sides at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in. Offer valid through 12/31/2023. Subject to change without notice. Offer available on approved purchase of select new unregistered Kawasaki vehicles. Model and year exclusions apply. Cannot be combined with promotional retail financing rates.
When it comes to joining the Nebraska Army National Guard, you've heard it all before. College, healthcare, signing bonus. But joining is so much more than that. It's setting yourself up for a new and better chapter of your life. I'm Staff Sergeant Paul White, and because of the Nebraska Army National Guard, I'm in control of my career. And when the workday ends, I get to come home to my family. Write your next chapter by joining the Nebraska Army National Guard. For more information, schedule a meeting with me, Staff Sergeant Paul White at nationalguard.com.
As the chief buffet officer here at Pizza Ranch, I get all kinds of buffet questions. Here's one from Cole.
Is there a real cactus in your cactus bread?
Great question, Cole. No, there is no cactus in our cactus bread, just sweet cinnamony streusel. It's on our buffet every day, along with pizza, chicken, ice cream, and all your other favorites. Even better, at least for your parents, kids eat free on Tuesday nights. And don't worry, Cole, there's no coal in our coleslaw either.
Pizza Ranch, everyone's favorite buffet.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska or online in your own home. Learn to ride a motorcycle, how to start a small business, how to dance, or take a course to advance in your current career path. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
You can search online for hours to find the best electricians in Lincoln and the surrounding area, but I'll save you time. High Electric has been serving their customers for 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They're experts in everything electrical, from remodeling to new additions, hot tub installations, electric vehicle chargers or EV chargers, lighting, ceiling fans, and more. High Electric takes jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at highelectric.com.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
This is a presentation of high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. High school basketball broadcasts are presented by Members Own Credit Union, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Southeast Community College, Sunbelt Rentals, Doane University, the NDOT Highway Safety Office, Roofing Service Company, Nebraska Army National Guard, Bats to Rats, High Electric, Pizza Ranch, Gretna Trucking, and Union Bank. Now, calling all the action, here's Nick Sainert and Jay Foreman.
Thank you to Ben for holding it down during the game break. That's right, long time no talk for us here at Lincoln North Star High School. We're right back at it as we get ready for the boys' game between the Gretna Dragons and the Lincoln North Star Gators. Nick Sainert joining you from the swamp. Jay Foreman, the Husker Hall of Famer, will join me momentarily. He's making his way over to Lincoln North Star as we speak. This one's going to be a really good one. The Gretna Dragons come in after a little bit of heartbreak, not necessarily on the floor, but off the floor. Lost their head coach, Brad Feakin, to a battle with cancer last Saturday, a week ago today. And on that day, it's a really cool story. They played against Papillion La Vista South. It was a tight game the entire way through, 47-47. They were all tied up in the final moments, but then Landon Pekorski was able to hit a game-winning shot at the buzzer to lift the Gretna Dragons to a 2-point victory, 49-47 over Papio South, the day of their head coach's unfortunate passing. And here they are a week later, still honoring him with warm-up shirts that say family. And for Feek, they have a hashtag on social media, hashtag for Feek, just always keeping the head coach near him the entire season. And they have throughout his entire battle with cancer. Brad Feek, an incredible head coach, incredible conversation every time I got to talk to him. and he will surely be missed, and our thoughts go out to the Gretna community just 1 week after the unfortunate tragedy. But on the other side, for Lincoln North Star, they come in head coach Lee Steinbrook. 4-3 on the year are the Gators. They had a good win on Thursday night, 7-57 over the Lincoln High Lynx. Myself and Jay had that game right here on 93.7 The Ticket for you on Thursday. In the HAC tournament, the Lincoln North Star Gators lost in their first game against the Lincoln Southeast Knights, who were the eventual champion of the HAC tournament. And so they're looking to continue to bounce back and maybe start a little bit of a winning streak here against a very talented Gretna Dragons team. A Gretna Dragons team that's led by a multitude of guys. I already mentioned Landon Pekorski, a 6'2" senior, been playing varsity level basketball all 4 years of his career. And he's out there in his final season at 6'2", the senior guard, averaging 15.5 points per game. Elsewhere on the floor for the Gretna Dragons, 2 other guards and a forward. Alec Wilkins, a 6'3" senior, averaging 11 points per contest. And then also out there, a big man, Cade Cook, averaging 12 points per game. The 6'5" senior, the man in the middle for new head coach Nick Schramm of the Gretna Dragons. For the Gators, I mentioned, coming off of that 70-57 victory against the Lynx on Thursday, they'll have to face Lincoln East on Tuesday night. But first up, it's the Gretna Dragons. For the Gators, offensively, you're looking at a multitude of guys as well. Lazarick Houston, really talented junior guard, averaging just over 16 points a game. You have Jaquise Fowler, a freshman, who Jay mentioned on Thursday quite a few times, can hit the 3 ball. How about this? From 3, he's taken 52 3-pointers this season, has Fowler. He's hit 25 of them. That's good for 48% from beyond the 3-point line. Also out there, you have KG Gatwich, who's a senior. We just saw his sister, Sarah, dominate in the Lincoln North Star girls victory just a few moments ago. And then also out there, the outstanding freshman guard, number 22, Jordan Castor, for Lincoln North Star, a freshman, as I mentioned, shooting 52% from the field this season, averaging 16 points per game. So the Gators, 2 guards out there averaging over 16 points or more, and Jordan Castor averaging 16, as I mentioned, and Lazarick Houston averaging 16.5 per contest. We're just a few minutes away from getting underway here at Lincoln North Star High School. It's the second game of our doubleheader here on 93.7 The Ticket, and it's our 4th game in 3 days here on The Ticket. And we'll tell you more about our upcoming schedule, what teams you'll be able to hear not only this next weekend, but in the weekends to come. And we'll get you ready for Gretna and Lincoln North Star getting ready to just tip off in about 3 minutes and change here from Lincoln North Star High School. Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman will join me momentarily. Don't go anywhere. It's a little bit of Saturday afternoon basketball coming your way in just a few moments on 93.7 The Ticket, the 93.7 The Ticket mobile app, the website, the stream, everywhere you get your radio, and 93.7 The Ticket news coming up just in a few moments right after this. Don't go anywhere.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
'Tis the season to give the gift of Kawasaki good times at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln. With up to $3,500 off of select 2023 TRX side-by-sides and $2,000 off a 2024 Mule Pro FXT, there's no shortage of savings and good times to be had by the whole crew. Don't miss the 'Tis the Season sales event at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln. They have you covered with a large selection of Kawasaki side-by-sides at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in. Offer valid through 12/31/2023. Subject to change without notice. Offer available on approved purchase of select new unregistered Kawasaki vehicles. Model and year exclusions apply. Cannot be combined with promotional retail financing rates.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip! Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska, or online in your own home. Learn pottery or floral design, take a computer course, learn Spanish, how to start writing a book, or Air Fryer 101. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
Nick Sander back with you, Lincoln North Star High School. We're getting ready with starting lineups here for both sides. Let's first tell you a little bit more about the Gretna Dragons, the team that will be visitors on the scoreboard. They come in with an 8-2 record this season, led by head coach Nick Schramm. Once again, the Dragons 8-2 on the campaign. They are coming in off of a 51-47 loss against Omaha Central last Tuesday. They'll also face Millard North coming up this next Thursday. But first, the starting lineups for their matchup this afternoon against Lincoln North Star Gators. Starting out, it'll be a 6'3" senior averaging 11 points per game. Number 5, Alec Wilkins. Number 22, Jake Hurd. Number 24, Alex Wilcoxon will be out there. A 6' senior averaging 16.5 per contest. Number 23, Landon Pekorski, a 6'2" senior. Number 32, a 6'3" senior, Joey Veith. And 6'5" senior, number 42, Cade Cook. So that's an experienced squad for the Gretna Dragons, once again led by 3 guys that you will hear their name quite a bit tonight, Wilcoxon, Pekorski, and Alec Wilkins. For the Gators, led by head coach Lee Steinbrook, coming in off of a 70-57 victory against the Lynx on Thursday night that you heard on the ticket. They'll have Lazarick Houston, Jaquise Fowler, Rial Asin, KG Gatwich, and Jordan Castor on the court to begin things. So Gretna wearing their all-green uniforms, while the Gators are in their home whites with blue lettering and red outlines there, going right to left from my vantage point. Jay Foreman will join me here momentarily from Lincoln North Star High School as the Gretna Dragons win the tip. Something to watch here is the matchup down low as Cade Cook has height over Rial Asin, but Asin may have the length as Pekorski spin move, throws it across the floor. It's tipped, picked up by Pekorski, looking for help, finds Wilkins on the right wing. Wilkins spin move at the elbow, kicks it. Cade Cook now tries to drive baseline, steps back, gives it to Wilkins on the right wing, fakes the handoff. Wilkins in the lane, and he's bumped by Rial Asin. No shot, but 1 foul on Asin. So that'll be the first on the junior. 7:38 to play. First quarter just underway, still scoreless. Inbounds, Cook in the lane, guarded by Gatwich, put up, and it's good. And it's 2-0 here early on in favor of the Dragons. 2-0, 7.5 to go. First quarter, Lazarick Houston gives it to Gatwich, top of the key. Gatwich averaging 9 points a game, throws up a floater, too strong, and Cook cleans up the miss. Outlet pass up the floor. Joey Veith with it, finds a cutting Cook in the lane, gets tripped up from behind. No whistle, put back by Wilkins is good. It looked like Asin may have gotten tripped up. He was laying on the hardwood. Then Cade Cook falls over the top of him, and the putback by Alec Wilkins is good. It's 4-0. Here's Castor. Gatwich on the left wing, dribble drive in the lane, throws up a contested floater off back iron, and Pekorski's there to pick it up for Gretna. He'll bring it across the timeline. Gatwich trailing behind him. Pekorski in the lane, hesitates. Great job by Pekorski, misses the shot, however, as Jaquise Fowler cleans up the miss, loses it out of his hands. Last touch by Pekorski and the Dragons. So a fast-moving minute 16 here in this one. 4-0 Gretna with a early lead. The North Star girls dominated the Gretna girls earlier in the contest. So now Lazarick Houston left side. He had some navy or bright teal shoes on Thursday, wearing some bright yellow ones today as KG Gatwich is unable to hit. He's 0 for 3. 3 possessions, 3 misses, all by KG Gatwich. Gretna going the other way as Pekorski has it on the left wing. 6:21 to go, first quarter. Pekorski trying to drive baseline. Good close out there by Castor, the freshman, and it's poked away by Castor, taken away by Gatwich. In transition, Gatwich up and under, floater good. And KG Gatwich is able to get on the board on his 4th attempt. He's now 1 of 4 on the day. So Pekorski hands it off. Wilcoxon. Alex Wilcoxon doubles as the quarterback for the Gretna football team. Cade Cook in the lane, takes the foul, misses the shots, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2 shots. I mentioned Cade Cook, the guy to watch today, is he's going to be matched with Real Asin for the majority of the day. That was the 2nd foul on Real Asin today. So he's going to have to more than likely come out of the game for a while. Real, I mentioned, has the longest arms of anybody. One of the taller guys on the North Star squad as well. But certainly the longest of the Gators, and he's going to be matched up with Cade Cook. How about this? Lee Steinbrook, despite 2 early fouls in the first 2 minutes and 7 seconds of game time, trusting Real Asin, the junior, to stay out there. So 6-2 after the 2 Cade Cook free throws. 5:46 to play first quarter. Lazarick Houston crosses the timeline, gets picked up by Pekorski. Nice closeout and stop there by Pekorski. Mid-range Jay Gatwich, air ball. And I think Will Schaefer is going to have to come in for KG Gatwich. Nope, now it's going to come in for KG Gatwich. Gatwich, 1 of 5 on the day. He's not even looking to pass the ball as of right now. And Lee Steinbrook's going to sit him down. Cade Cook, right side, top of the key. Wilkins had a look at 3, decided to pass it up. Pekorski in the lane, takes the contested shot, and he's fouled. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2. So Gretna, 8-2 on the season. North Star 4-3. Pekorski at the line. Really talented guard. Has had a really nice couple of state tournament appearances, have Pekorski. Pekorski, first free throw good. Second free throw also connects. 8-2 early on. 5:24 to go here in the first quarter. Gretna, Lazarick Houston tries to dump it off. It's going to be deflected out of bounds. Houston trying to tell Will Schaefer to stay on the doorstep of the bucket. Schaefer started coming out towards the near corner. Miscommunication there offensively, but it doesn't hurt the Gators. Inbounds it now. Castor on the left wing, fakes right, goes left. Castor stops 18 feet away from the bucket, and he gets tripped by Landon Pekorski. Yeah, so that foul goes on Pekorski, his first. First team foul, 2.5 into this game for Gretna. Inbound to Castor. Castor stops at the elbow, drives, throws up a contested shot. It almost falls, but it bounces out, and Castor now goes to the line. This one goes on number 32, Joey Veith. So now the inbound pass for Lincoln North Star as Lazarick Houston has the top of the key in the lane, draws in 3 Dragon defenders and is still able to get it to go. So Lazarick Houston has his first bucket of the game, and it's 8-4 Gretna. Pekorski on the pick and roll. Pekorski on the perimeter. Left side picks up his dribble, finds Trevin Wilkins, who's freshly checked in, finds his brother Alec, and he's fouled from behind. Lazarick Houston has his palms facing the sky saying, how is that a foul? I got all ball. But nonetheless, that's going to be the first personal on Lazarick Houston, and Wilkins will go to the line to shoot 2 shots. Lee Steinbrook asking for an explanation. He's getting one right now from the referee who whistled Lazarick Houston for the PF. Now, when you look at Wilkins, Alec Wilkins, 64% from the charity stripe on the season. He hit his first. Second one on the way for Wilkins is also good. 10-4 the score. 4:40 remaining in the first quarter. Lazarick Houston has it on the left side. Houston to Real Asin with those 2 fouls. Now right side, Jaquise Fowler to Castor on the left side, 12 feet away from the bucket at the elbow. Now Lazarick Houston hesitates, picks, pops, 3-ball, too strong. Rebound Karams out where it's corralled by Alex Wilcoxon. Now a nice bounce pass up the floor. Wilkins on the glass, too strong, and Fowler cleans up the miss. Fowler, outlet pass. Will Schaefer on the left side. Nobody stops ball. He pops the 3. It's just a tad short. Asin cleans up the offensive glass for the Gators. And now he'll set the screen right for Lazarick Houston. Houston looking for help. Finds Asin over the top on the key. Near the logo is Real Asin. Now Castor, the primary ball handler for Lincoln North Stars offense, has it. Castor on the left side dribbles, fakes left, goes into him, and he is fouled by Trevin Wilkins on the shot. And so going in line to shoot 2 will be Jordan Castor. Castor, just a freshman guard, shooting 82% from the free throw line, shooting 52% from 2 and 2-point range, but from 3, he struggles immensely, shooting 23% on the season. Just 6 made threes in 26 attempts this year for the freshman guard, Jordan Castor. Still averaging 16 points a game, though, is Castor. He hit that first free throw, and he'll try to make it just a 4-point lead or 4-point deficit, and he does. It's 10-6 after the 2 made free throws by Jordan Castor. Pekorski will bring it across the timeline, gets picked up by Lazarick Houston at the top of the key. Pekorski now on the right side, works by Castor, gets past Castor, and he's able to get the reverse layup to go. Landon Pekorski makes it a 12-6 Gretna lead. So Lazarick Houston on the right side. Sets a screen left from Schaefer. Houston at the elbow, stops, floater, good. Nice shot there by Lazarick Houston to make it 12-8. Cade Cook, the big guy, gives it to Pekorski at the top of the key. He takes a screen left by Chase Doble, who now flashes right. Right side, Cade Cook, 6'5", dribbles into the free throw line, stops at the fingernail, pops, and he hits it. Mid-range J for Cade Cook, who's having himself a nice day to start as we are a little over 5 minutes into this game. 14-8. Lazarick Houston, top of the key for North Star. Left side, KG Gatwich. He's 1 of 5 shooting today. Had to sit down early on because of some bad shot decisions. And now he's back into the games. Lazarick Houston, mid-range J. Ice for Lazarick Houston. He got knocked down by Pekorski, but now here's Pekorski. He stops at the elbow, no good. And Fowler's able to track down the defensive rebound for North Star. Back the other way we go. Houston in the lane, dribbles behind the back, layup, good, but it will not count as Pekorski picks up foul number 2. So 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 14-10, the score between the Gretna Dragons and the Gators. The Dragons currently on top, but the Gators have been able to make it a little more of a closer ball game as of late. Houston pops the 3, just a tad strong. It's poked out of bounds. Last touch by the Gators. They're going to say KG Gatwich touched it last. And so Doble will now check out for Gretna as Trevin Wilkins, the 6'1" sophomore, checks in. So you have 2 Wilkins brothers. Alec, who's a 6'3" senior, sees more playing time at 10.5 points per game, while the 6'1" sophomore Trevin, who has the ball currently, passes it to Alec now on the left side. Here's Wilcoxon. Wilcoxon, guarded by Schaefer, finds Wilkins down low on the doorstep, and he gets the left-handed layup to go. A nice cut and a great find there by the Dragons offense to find a Wilkins on the doorstep, and he gets the layup to fall. So here's Lazarick Houston. Kicks it out. Castor for 3. It rattles around and out, and that's going to be an over-the-back foul on KG Gatwich. That's going to be Gatwich's first. Tough start to the year for Gatwich. He's averaging 9 points per game, shoots a lot of shots, but just 1 of 12 from beyond the 3-point line this season is Gatwich. Good for about 8%. Still a lot of time left in the season, obviously, but nonetheless, disappointing start for the senior who played a pretty nice role on this Gators squad last year. So Pekorski hits the first free throw. First time we've seen Chewy Tote into the game for Lincoln North Star. The 5 out there in addition to Tote are Gatwich, Castor, Fowler, and Lazarick Houston for head coach Lee Steinbrook. 5 out there for Gretna, Pekorski, Wilkins, Wilcoxon, Joey Veith, and Trevin Wilkins. So here's Castor with 1:23 to play in the first quarter. He goes right at Alec Wilkins, misses the layup, and the defensive rebound corralled by the Dragons. Back to the other way we go. Wilcoxon brings it across the timeline, immediately finds Pekorski with 1:11 to go in the opening stanza. Now Wilkins, top of the key, playing monkey in the middle with Lazarick Houston and Pekorski. Pekorski thought about the 3, shot fake. Now he'll take it. It bounces off front iron. Gatwich cleans up the miss. Less than a minute to go in the first quarter. Gatwich crosses the half-court line and then slow things down. Gatwich going right at Veith. Veith unable to do anything about it as Gatwich is able to get the deuce. It's now a 5-point differential in favor of Gretna, 17-12. Veith back to Pekorski, to Wilkins, back to Pekorski. Pekorski on the right wing, cross-court pass, Veith. Veith back to Pekorski. He thought about the long 3, decides to take 2 dribbles. Nice around the back pass. Pekorski makes it look so easy as he's able to find Wilkins for the pair. 19-12. Gretna leads by 7 on top of Lincoln North Star. Lazarick Houston has it near the timeline, guarded closely by Wilcoxon. He denies the screen left, goes right instead. Lazarick Houston kicks it out. Chewy, 3-ball, got it! Chewy Totes able to get the 3 to go. The shot at the horn will not count. And at the end of 1 quarter of play, we have a good one on our hands. It's Lincoln North Star trailing by 4 to the Gretna Dragons. 19-15 at the end of 8 minutes of play. We'll be right back with the start of second quarter right after this on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Gretna Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gretna Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gretna Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gretna Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GretnaTrucking.com.
Starting the second quarter, Nick Sander back with you. Jay Foreman joining me momentarily here. 19-15 the score. Lincoln North Star out in front, trailing by 4. Houston with a 3-ball, no good. KG Gatwich skies high for the offensive board, and he gets it. Now Houston, cross-court pass to Fowler on the right side. Castor guarded by Cade Cook, finds Houston in the near corner in front of head coach Nick Schramm, and he drains the 3 right in front of the Gretna head coach. And it's now 19-18, and quickly Schramm says, Pekorski, get back in there as Landon heads to the scores table. Cade Cook with it, cross court. Wilcoxon tries to answer with a trifecta of his own, and he's able to. Back to a 4-point Gretna lead. Hold on to your seats and fasten your seat belts as Gretna and North Star enter a track meet. 22-18, Chewy with it on the far corner. Now right side, Castor. Bounce passes it, Fowler with a 3 off back iron. Offensive rebound to Lazarick Houston. Castor trifecta, no good, way off, and Wilcoxon cleans up the miss. 22-18, 6:48 to go, first half. Here's Cade Cook with it, finds Wilkins down the block. It's almost intercepted. Now Trevin Wilkins is going to be fouled. I believe they're going to get Chewy Tote for this one. That'll be the first on. It is Chewy Tote, his first. First team foul of the second quarter for the Lincoln North Star Gators. 6:42 to play, first half, 22-18. Gretna to inbound it underneath their own bucket. Pekorski gets it on the left wing. He now passes it to the top Left side, here's Wilcoxon. He almost gets it poked away, but Alec Wilkins is there to save the day. Pokorski with it on the left side. Pokorski driving in the lane, kicks it near side. Cook, 3-ball, got it. Cade Cook. Nice game so far for the big man, 6'5" senior. Cade Cook averaging 11.5 per game as he extends the Gretna lead to 7, 25-18. Castor with it, top of the key. Now Houston. Lazarick dribbles in, looking for help, finds Fowler. 3-ball on the way. What an answer every time Gretna punches. Lincoln North Star is able to absorb it and punch right back as it's 25-21 Gretna. Pokorski picks up his dribble 40 feet away from the bucket, now needs some help. Finds his big man, now back to Pokorski on the right side, left side Cook. He'll try for his second 3 in a row off to the right, and rebound is tipped out to the Gators. As Eric Houston pushing the pace, crosses the timeline, throws into the corner to Chewy Tote. Back up to Houston near the logo. He catches it with his right hand. He's on the taller Cade Cook. Now Chewy's double teamed in the corner, gets out of it, finds Castor, pass deflected. KG Gatwich gets it back on the left side. Bounce pass to Jaquise Fowler, 3. Got it! Jaquise Fowler pulls Lincoln North Star within 1. It's 25-24. Pokorski with it across the half-court line. Pokorski finds Wilcoxon. Back to Pokorski on the right side. Pokorski looking for help as he exhausted his dribble. Now left side Wilkins splits the double team, puts up a layup, and it somehow goes in. Alec Wilkins. It's now back to a 3-point Gretna lead, 27-24. Castor stops at the elbow, kicks it out. Fowler, extra pass, Chewy, 3-ball. Just short defensive rebound collected by Wilcoxon. 27-24, Gretna out in front with the basketball. 27-24, 3-point lead for the Dragons. 4.5 to play, second quarter. Cade Cook finds Wilkins on the doorstep. Turnaround hook shot, short. Rebound tipped up a few times, and Chewy comes up with the miss for the Gators. Here comes Castor, and we're going to have a Lee Steinbrook timeout with 4:25 to play in quarter number 2. It's just a 30-second timeout, so we'll go ahead and keep it right here. It's been an exciting couple of days of high school hoops right here on the ticket, as it was obviously on Thursday night. We had Lincoln North Star and Lincoln High. We saw this very same Lincoln North Star Gators team beat the Lynx 70-57 on Thursday. Then last night, I had Lincoln Southwest and Lincoln Southeast from Lincoln Southeast High School. A packed crowd saw the Red Hot Knights. The Knights were able to defeat the Rockets earlier today, but then, or I should say they might still be playing, but they were up 41-16 at the half. The Red Hot Knights, the HAC tournament champions, are on a roll here in the city of Lincoln, so they were able to get the best of the Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks. Last night, we had the girls' game that saw the Gators of Lincoln North Star dominate the Gretna Dragons, and here we are, a 27-24 ball game with the Gretna Dragons, the visitors, on top of the home team Gators. Still a little under halfway through the second quarter of play. Lazarick Houston crosses over in the lane, gets it blocked from behind by Cade Cook. So the Gators inbounded here. Jaquise Fowler, right side, back to Castor. Far away from the hoop. 9 seconds on the shot clock. 4:01 on the game clock. They bounce it inside. Pokorski almost steals it, and it's going to stay with the Gators. Pokorski, beside himself, didn't know how that one was not Gretna basketball, but nonetheless, it'll stay with the Gators. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Fowler finds Castor. Castor will have to heave one from 3. It misses everything, and that's going to be Gretna basketball. Gretna basketball, 27-24. They lead by 3. 3:53 to play in the second quarter. Pokorski gives it to Wilcoxon, just past half court. Now back to Pokorski. Pokorski looking for help, finds Cade Cook. It goes over his head and finds Wilcoxon. Now Pokorski. Pokorski draws the double near corner. Here's Joey Veith driving baseline. He is fouled, but he missed the shot, so Joey Veith will go to the line to shoot 2 shots. With that being said, let's go ahead and bring in Jay Foreman, my man. What's up, Jay?
What's going on?
Hey, so you were over at Lincoln Northeast, right?
Yeah.
How'd Southeast look?
They look pretty good. I think they're probably the head and shoulders best team in Lincoln. as they showed in the hack tournament. And, I think it was a good showing for him. I mean, Northeast wasn't a very big challenge. Yeah. I did witness something, though.
Oh, yeah?
Saw Joey Warning talking junk to a kid, and the kid lit him up for about 18 points.
No, he did not.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, never seen that before, but I was listening to you. This sounds like a pretty good game.
We got a good one on our hands as Veith misses both free throws. It's 27-24 now. Gators holding their own, though. Every time they've been punched, they've punched right back as Jaquise Fowler has it on the right wing. Looking for help, finds Lazarick Houston top of the key into the corner. This is Real C. Now Fowler, contested three, just off front iron. KG Gatwich with a big man rebound. Put back is good.
You know, one thing about Jaquise Fowler, when you know he's a good shooter, even when he doesn't make it, it looks like it should have went in. Yep. And I was listening to you on the way over. I was hearing that they inserted Chewy into the lineup. He gives him a little bit more of that pick and pop, and then there he is, landing right on record or right on time. So listen, I am that man. That guy right there is a great high school player.
Yeah, Landon Pekorski answers with a three of his own. So it's now 30-26 Gretna. 4-point advantage for the Dragons. Schaefer to Fowler. Fowler on the right wing. Back to Schaefer. Three ball. First attempt for Will. No good off front iron. And Will Coxon cleans up the miss.
Even though the Gators lost a lot of players last year, it's still two state qualifiers last year. Obviously, Gretna, I think, is probably a little bit more of an established program. But do not think these North Star Gators aren't going to compete. They've played a lot of high-level basketball, even though it hasn't been high school. But right now, you see the Gretna Dragons experience going through this kind of a 1-3-1, three-quarter trap. It's got to be up to the North Star coach to kind of know when to play it and when to not, because offensively, I feel like North Star can compete.
It was a layup by Alec Wilkins. Now the Gators down by 6. Fowler steps in, mid-range. Good for Jaquise Fowler.
Listen, for a young freshman, he is definitely a big-time player, very smooth, plays a really good pace, plays hard, he's tough. Being 6'5" as a, ninth grader with that amount of skills to be the face-up player, and he can post up, he's going to be a problem for years to come.
So here's Pekorski. He kind of got stuck in no man's land, jumping, tried to pass it off as Real is seen back the other way. Layup, no good. Good job by Cade Cook defending without fouling. Will Coxon back the other way. 1-on-2. Will Coxon goes right at the layup.
Good job by Lazarick Houston.
Saved from going out of bounds right into the hands of Joey Veith, and he's able to put it in for Gretna. 34-28 with 1:20 to play in the second quarter.
Nick, to be honest with you, North Star is willing to play this type of basketball. Making up 6 points is nothing to them. They're going to keep playing all the way to the end, and they like this up and down, back and forth type of basketball because they feel like they can go on a 10-0 run, 12-0 run in a matter of minutes.
So here's Pekorski. He'll take an NBA three off back iron, cleaned up by Will Schaefer.
Rebound.
So Schaefer
you got to get it up the side. You got to
Now here's KG Gatwich. He stops. We'll bring it back out to the perimeter. He's just 2 of 7 shooting today is KG Gatwich. Cross-court pass. Fowler contested three. Just short. Schaefer with the offensive board. Right back up. Short on the layup as well. And here comes Pekorski and the Dragons up by 6 with 33 seconds. No look pass down on the doorstep. Kicks it out. Will Coxon trifecta. No good. And a scene cleans up the miss.
Okay, you got numbers right here. And you got the big man, Cade Cook, trying to get the steal. See, with the one thing that they're not doing versus when they did against Lincoln High, when they could get into a fast break opportunity or secondary break, they're not. They're playing when they should play fast. They don't. They play slow right there, and they had the numbers.
So Gatwich misses a three. He's now 1 of 12 on the season. Pekorski with 4 seconds loses the basketball. Scott by Cade Cook. Layup good, and there's the horn, and a nice finish to the end of the second quarter for the Gretna Dragons. They lead at halftime, 36-28 over the Lincoln North Star Gators. We'll be back with the halftime show. Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman coming at you from the swamp here on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
As the chief buffet officer here at Pizza Ranch, I get all kinds of buffet questions. Here's one from Cole.
Is there a real cactus in your cactus bread?
Great question, Cole. No, there is no cactus in our cactus bread, just sweet cinnamony streusel. It's on our buffet every day, along with pizza, chicken, ice cream, and all your other favorites. Even better, at least for your parents, kids eat free on Tuesday nights. And don't worry, Cole, there's no coal in our coleslaw either.
Pizza Ranch, everyone's favorite buffet.
When it comes to joining the Nebraska Army National Guard, you've heard it all before. College, healthcare, signing bonus. But joining is so much more than that. It's setting yourself up for a new and better chapter of your life. I'm Staff Sergeant Paul White, and because of the Nebraska Army National Guard, I'm in control of my career. And when the workday ends, I get to come home to my family. Write your next chapter by joining the Nebraska Army National Guard. For more information, schedule a meeting with me, Staff Sergeant Paul White at nationalguard.com.
You can search online for hours to find the best electricians in Lincoln and the surrounding area, but I'll save you time. High Electric has been serving their customers for 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They're experts in everything electrical, from remodeling to new additions, hot tub installations, electric vehicle chargers or EV chargers, lighting, ceiling fans, and more. High Electric takes jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns big or small in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at highelectric.com.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Don't allow uninvited guests to take over your home. Trust Bats to Rats for a peaceful and rodent-free living space.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
My dream was to work in commercial banking, but it required a college degree and I didn't have one. I found out that Doane had classes for adult learners on the Lincoln campus and online. So I earned my bachelor's degree, and 5 months later, I landed my dream job. I decided to continue my education, and now I'm working on my MBA at Doane. For me, the Doane experience has been life-changing.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't, win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh, yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip! Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
When it comes to joining the Nebraska Army National Guard, you've heard it all before. College, healthcare, signing bonus. But joining is so much more than that. It's setting yourself up for a new and better chapter of your life. I'm Staff Sergeant Paul White, and because of the Nebraska Army National Guard, I'm in control of my career. And when the workday ends, I get to come home to my family. Write your next chapter by joining the Nebraska Army National Guard. For more information, schedule a meeting with me, Staff Sergeant Paul White at nationalguard.com.
'Tis the season to give the gift of Kawasaki good times at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln. With up to $3,500 off of select 2023 TRX side-by-sides and $2,000 off a 2024 Mule Pro FXT, there's no shortage of savings and good times to be had by the whole crew. Don't miss the Tis the Season sales event at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln. They have you covered with a large selection of Kawasaki side-by-sides at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in, offer valid through 12/31/2023. Subject to change without notice. Offer available on approved purchase of select new unregistered Kawasaki vehicles. Model and year exclusions apply. Cannot be combined with promotional retail financing rates.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest, traffic safety and licensing, online learning, and adult education classes across Southeast Nebraska or online in your own home. Learn to ride a motorcycle, how to start a small business, how to dance, or take a course to advance in your current career path. See the full schedule of continuing education classes online at southeast.edu/continuing. SCC, your path to possible.
Welcome back in. It's halftime. Lincoln North Star High School, 36-28. The Gretna Dragons lead at the break over the Gators. One thing that's really hurt Lincoln North Star here early on is Cade Cook has been able to have his way down low, especially in the paint. And whether it's the inside-out game or whether it's Cade Cook, frankly, just making shots down low, 2 early fouls on Real Asin have hurt the Gators here early on, and he had to sit down for a bulk of that second quarter because of those 2 fouls. So Cade Cook's done some nice things. And then the inside-out game, when you have guards like Wilkins and Pekorski, it can be detrimental for an opponent when they're hitting shots, and they have been so far, Jay.
Yeah, it's not just the shots that they're hitting. It's Pekorski, Wilkinson, and Wilkins, and the experience that they have. They're playing with the right pace. We talked about one of the last possessions for the North Star Gators. When they should have ran, they didn't. They played slow. That's a lack of experience. So now you have guys out here that played a lot of club basketball experience, but not a lot of high school basketball experience. And it's a different mindset, right? So being able to compete, they can do it. Learning how to play at a different pace, when to play, especially with this amount of timeouts, where it's different when you get into club basketball. It's kind of a little bit of an accentuated running clock. You're not playing with a shot clock in club basketball. That's how you're able to extend leads and then have that last little mini run right before half. That's what when you hear people when they're calling the game where a team doesn't blink. Gretna didn't blink. North Star, even though they went to state last year, they lost a lot of experience, and that's probably what hurt them last year in state was being able to play what I call situational basketball. End of a first quarter, end of a second quarter, going into half. And then again, we're going to see how they react. Coming out of halftime, the first 2 minutes here, they can either knock into that lead, or Gretna can extend that lead. If you're a perfect example, we called the game Thursday night, right? Lincoln High got it down within 8, but they missed, 6 free throws? And I don't know how many layups at the hoop. Then next thing you know, they're down by 20, right? So it's a game of mini runs. It's a game of situational basketball. Gretna right now is going to say, how can we space the court once we get past half court to get more effective shots, right? Whereas the North Star Gators saying, okay, listen, we got to run when we can. We got to still continue with our pressure. We have got to find a way to contain 23 and 24. A big task, right? But that's what they have to do. They got to hit some outside shots and slow down 23 and 24 and get this down to a one or two possession game going into the fourth quarter.
Obviously, we've been involved in the past state tournaments. A big name that guys here, that's your mic. There we go. Turn that maybe up.
Oh, my bad.
Turn that mic down a little bit.
Sorry about
there
that.
There you go. You're a little hot. You're a little hot in the ear.
I'm coming in.
Jay's letting his presence known. But nonetheless, we've been present at state tournaments in years past. This Gretna team's been there, and a big piece of it was Jeff Roselle, who was a name that graduated last year. Cade Cook's done a really nice job so far in the early parts of the year, filling in that big man role.
Yeah, he's done well. He played, a little bit last year, and he played a pretty big role.
Yeah.
But to step in and be a starter, I think he's done really well, to be honest with you. He's a physical presence. I think he gives you a little bit more up and down the court.
Yeah.
Where he can be that rim runner. He can actually, when you want to hedge, I think he's done a good job against this quick, guys right here. And he's playing at the top of the key right here, so he's strong with the basketball.
Just a little bit. There we go. Pekorski on the left side here. There he is. How's that sound, Jay?
It sounds great.
All right, there we go. We're ready. Layup on the doorstep by Cade Cook.
Right on time.
He must have heard us.
Yeah, every time we talk about it, I guess
There
he
it
wants
is.
us to be there. He's doing a good. There he is at the top of the key.
Yep. And that's the thing. He's athletic enough to where he's able to play 30 feet away from the bucket as well. And so here's KG Gatwich after the loose ball. Kicks it out. Houston, 3-ball on the way. And a nice job by Lazarick Houston. A great job by KG Gatwich. We saw early parts in the game, Jay. He would have forced that shot up. He decides to pass it out to a wide open Houston, and he drains the three.
A little bit of a 2-3 or a 2-3 zone extended to almost half court. But when you have 23 right there, that will go right through it. Great job. In and out dribble, right hand. Hezzy, reverse layup by Pekorski. That's why he's an all-state player right there.
Yeah, so smooth, Landon Pekorski. So here's Lazarick Houston. Gets it to Castor near the logo. Castor, cross-court pass almost deflected. Now it is taken away by Wilcoxon. Wilcoxon, you surveying the land similar to football as he's the quarterback for the Dragons. Here's Wilkins on the elbow going right at Realicine with those two fouls. Wilcoxon, 3-ball on the way. Got it. Alex Wilcoxon makes it a 43-31 game and a smart timeout by Lee Steinbrook. We'll go ahead and step aside as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds. 43-31 Gretna right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats, dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people, small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman back with you from Lincoln North Star High School. Jay's timeout from Lee Steinbrook and the Gators here. 43-31, Gretna with a lead. They've come out with a little bit of a run here. This is where we learn a lot about the North Star Gators, correct?
Yeah, this is it. This is a pivotal moment in this game, but then also it's going to be something that they can draw back on during the season. You came out of halftime, actually had a really good job of a drive and kick, wide open three, you hit it, but then you came out with that extended 2-3 zone, and what happened is when you got Cade Cook at the top of the key and allows, Pekorski and Wilkinson to be on the edges in what I call the pocket, right? It allows you to just slice through that zone, and that's what they did. And then they went, got a layup and then a three, quick timeout. And there's Cade Cook right there, right on time.
Cook takes it away, surveying, finds Joey Veith. Great job finding now Wilcoxon on the near corner. Cross-court pass, Wilkins. He cuts in the lane. Wilkins gets deflected, taken away by Jaquise Fowler. Outlet pass up the floor to Lazarick Houston, kicks it out. Castor back to Fowler. Watch out as he pops the three, and he drains it from the left wing. Nice big shot there for the Lincoln North Star offense.
Jaquise Fowler, look, he's one of the best shooters, I think, in the state. And he's all that's advertised. He has a smooth stroke. And I said, look, listen, when you shoot the ball, and every time you shoot it, it looks like it's going in. Let you know he's legit. But he plays with great pace and is a great shot right
Great find by Wilcoxon on the doorstep, across on the left side to Joey Veith, and he's able to get the left-handed layup to fall. It's now back to an 11-point Gretna lead, and another quick timeout for Lee Steinbrook.
And everybody would say, well, why you just had a timeout in less than a minute, you do it again. Well, what you're trying to do is trying to get guys settled down and understand what you're doing on both sides of both ends of the court. I would ask you, Nick, just personnel-wise, I feel like North Star man-to-man can match up with Gretna. They have the size, they have the quickness, they have the length. I think that 2-3 zone against an experienced group, right? All seniors pretty much, tough, battle-tested, strong with the ball. You got 4 shooters out there. You got the Wilkins brothers. You got Cade Cook. You got Pekorski and Wilkinson with a ton of experience. And, and you got Chase Dobble out there that's a senior he's kind of like a Draymond Green. He's going to set hard picks, get 2 or 3 rebounds, make layups. That's probably not the group that you want to play in the zone against for a long period of time.
So 5:20 to go, third quarter, 45-34. Gretna with the lead. Nice behind-the-back dribble. Lazarick Houston throws it up. Gatwich, and he gets the alley-oop layup to fall from the left side of the rim. And that's a nice pass there by Lazarick Houston and a better finish by KG Gatwich. So here's Cook on the right side, finds Wilcoxon, guarded closely by Castor. Wilcoxon looking for any space that he can get. He able to create some, now finds Trevin Wilkins. He drives baseline. Good poke from behind by Chewy. It goes right into the hands of Cook, and he's fouled from behind by Jaquise Fowler.
Yeah, I think, look, from up here, it looked like it was all ball. Jaquise Fowler did a really good job where he's so long at being 6'5". He jumped away from Cade Cook, and just tried to tip it, but nevertheless, it was called a shooting foul.
So Cade Cook at the charity stripe, first one on the way, nearly perfect, 46-36 the score. Still within striking distance for North Star. They can score quick, they'll play fast, and they have some really good shooters in Lazarick Houston and obviously Jaquise Fowler, who's shooting over 48% from beyond the three-point line this season. Fowler with it now as he's playing pass back and forth with Lazarick Houston. Houston now drives in the lane, puts up a contested shot. He's fouled after going right at Chase Doble. Both Doble and Wilkins were in the vicinity, and it's going to go on Chase Doble.
Right, yeah, a good little drive there by Lazarick Houston. You would like to see a little bit more patience. I know North Star can go on a run, but it's going to be very hard to go on a run when you have two experienced guards like Pekorski and Wilkinson, and then with the host of other players that they have and the way that Cade Cook is playing. So what you have to do is think how Gretna wants to play and play a little bit like Gretna, but with your personnel to chop wood at it and get it into a 1 or 2 possession game and then win it right at the end with your athletic ability.
Lazarick goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Here's Pekorski for Gretna with the Dragons up by 10. Down 18 feet away, Wilcoxon on the doorstep. He gets the left-handed layup to fall. A nice job by Pekorski getting it to Cook, and a great job by the big man distributing the ball to Wilcoxon. They trap Houston, who passes out of it to Fowler. Now Castor, spin move. He takes the hit from Chase Doble. He'll go to the line to shoot 2 as he was unable to get the layup to fall.
Yeah, it was a good move there by Jordan Castor. He got bailed out. It could have been a travel, but he got it up and created the contact and got to the free throw line. And the reason why I think that was a smart play, here you are down by 12, but you stop the clock. You hit 2 free throws. You get 2 points back without the clock running. But, Nick, one thing that we just said that we need North Star to kind of play like Gretna.
Yeah.
What's the adjustment that Gretna had coming out of halftime? They're playing like North Star. They're trapping them, giving them a little bit taste of their own medicine. And guess what they're doing on the offensive side of the ball? Slowing it down, speeding it up on offense, on the defensive end, and then just kind of bleeding you to death on when they have the ball.
So Cade Cook, the 6'5" senior, picks it up near the logo, finds Doble, pass fake, hands it off to Cook. Cook with it on the right wing, driving on Fowler, stops at the free throw line, now kicks it out back towards the logo to Pekorski. Pekorski guarded by KG Gatwich. He takes the screen left from Wilcoxon. Now Pekorski loses it behind his back. Cook dives on the floor. Ball tipped up on the air. Chewy comes away with it up the floor to Houston. Houston in transition. Lazarick Houston off the glass. No good. Wilcoxon gets the miss.
That's only a good take if you make it.
So here's
Jordan Castor wide open. Those are the little plays that you have to make. You have to make those when you're playing Gretna.
We see swings all the time, right? Pekorski finds Wilcoxon. It goes off the leg of Fowler. It'll stay with the Dragons. We see it so many times, right? A bad shot on one end leads to either a 3 or even just a 2 on the other end. You're talking about a 4 or 5 point swing there. So here's Gretna. Wilcoxon with it. Top of the key, Cade Cook guarded tightly by Jaquise Fowler. Cook, they try to get Doble on the pick and roll. Cook couldn't find him. Now Trevin Wilkins with a take. Nice take by a sophomore guard. Trevin Wilkins, the younger brother of Alec.
Yeah, great little take. He was playing the angle right there, right at the nail, right in the corner of the free throw line, and then he had the scoop layup so the defender couldn't block it. Great move there by Wilkins.
Here's Lazarick Houston, gives it to Jordan Castor. Castor dribbles in, bounce passes it down low to the block to KG, back out to Castor, cross-court pass Houston in the corner, 3-ball, close out by Trevin Wilkins was not enough as Lazarick Houston's able to hit another 3-ball. And Lincoln North Star hanging around down by 9. Pekorski to Wilcoxon, now to Cook at the top of the key. Screen right from Doble. Cook goes left. Now Trevin Wilkins with it on the left wing. Hands it off Cade Cook, guarded by Lazarick Houston. Gators bring the double for a moment. Now he passes it out to the right side to Trevin Wilkins. Top of the key. Chase Doble playing some big minutes off the bench for head coach Nick Schramm. Now Doble on the pick and roll. Layup good. Nobody was within 3 feet of him.
Lawyer to sleep. Yeah, Pekorski and Wilkinson in the corners. They were resting, and they just ran a high-low double pick and roll and they caught North Star
And
slipping.
Jordan Castor steps into a 3. Castor is able to hit just his 7th trifecta on the season. He's now 7 of 28 on the season, but a big one there draws the Gators within 8 on the take. Wilcoxon is going to be fouled from behind. I think they're going to get Castor. Nope, scratch that. They're going to get number 23, Chewy. So Chewy Totes is going to be whistled for the foul. Second one on him.
Yeah, it was a great shot there by Jordan Castor. I know he hadn't been shooting at the percentage that he'd like, but this is experience and then obviously a confidence-building season for him. He's normally a really good shooter, really good 3 there, and then a little bit too much of aggressiveness against that Gretna offensive unit.
Inbound to Wilkins, and Lazarick gets up and blocks the taller Wilkins at 6'3", his shot. Back the other way we go. Gators down by 8. Castor driving on the left elbow, gets it to Chewy. Chewy, center of the lane. Great move. Working on Wilcoxon, gets the bucket and the foul. And Chewy will go to the line to shoot one more shot.
Little elbow weave right there. It started by Jordan Castor. Great tight handoff with the bounce pass. Chewy, big, strong, physical move to the hoop at the free throw line, trying to get a 3-point play. Great offensive series there by the North Star Gators.
Chewy at the line, the junior averaging just 4 points per contest. He misses the free throw. However, the Gators just down by 6, 53-47. Pekorski, the senior guard, 4th year of varsity basketball for Pekorski. He gives it off to the left side. Wilcoxon now to Veith, back to Pekorski on the right wing, guarded tightly by Lazarick Houston. Pekorski looking for help, finds now at number 33, Grant Rice into the game for the first time. Pekorski on the left wing, guarded by the freshman Castor. 4 years of experience versus 1 year. Pekorski gets fouled on the take.
I understand why Jordan Castor and Chewy were a little upset. Pekorski was trying to go to the hoop and bounced it off of his knee. He said he got hit on his forearm. Both people are probably right, but I would probably err on the side of the all-state guard making a mistake. But you know what? When you're that good, that consistent, you'll get those calls.
And they might have missed one earlier in the possession at the top of the key on Castor.
Yes.
So on the take there, because when Castor was trying to work around the screen, he kind of held on to the arm of Pekorski as he navigated into the lane, and they may have just whistled it about 3 seconds too late.
Right.
Pekorski made the first one. Second one on the way, rattles out. Rebound tipped around a few times. Last touch by the Gretna Dragons and Joey Veith. So here we are, 1:12 to go in the third quarter. 54-47. Gretna out in front by 7, but if you took away the scoreboard in this third quarter, you'd feel like it's pretty evenly played as Lazarick Houston crosses over. Nice move, pulls up, and misses the mid-range J, and Wilcoxon cleans up the miss. This place would have maybe blown its top a little bit if Lazarick would have been able to make that one.
That was a great move, but the thing is, what you got to understand is those moves without a pass and getting into an offense, they're only good if you make them. If not, it's bad offense.
Wilcoxon with a great take, the up and under over Chewy.
It's a 4-point swing, right? When you shoot, come down and jack up a shot, it's great if you make it. But defensively, you get a great move there by Wilcoxon. Hung up in the air and changed the ball position, laid it up softly off the glass.
So here's Castor. We haven't called Jaquise Fowler's name in a while. Castor with a heck of a layup.
Yeah.
It was a foul. They're going to say it was before the shot.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I felt like that was in the act of shooting.
Right.
You hear the fans behind us.
The fans. Jordan Castor has a nice little fan base there.
It's going to call it on the floor.
Working the rest here, but you have to hold your head here, right? This is what I like to always try to implore on athletes. Look, you're not going to get every call. You're not afforded every call. You have to understand it's physical. You're not going to get these calls. Yes, it's subjective, sure, but play the next play. You got the ball, and you're playing really well right now. And you got 26 seconds to try to get a quick basket, give yourself a real chance to win.
So here's Castor. We haven't, as I was mentioning, talked about Jaquise Fowler in a few minutes of game time. He's sitting there on the far corner, waiting for his opportunity. Castor with 11 on the clock. Shot clock is turned off. They throw it left side. Schaefer, 3-ball. Got
Great
it.
shot.
It rattles around the rim and down as Pekorski with 2 on the game clock. Pekorski, a long 3 off to the left, and it will be no good. But how about this, Mr. J. Foreman? 56-50 as we enter the fourth quarter. Striking distance thanks to a Will Schaefer trifecta. Don't go anywhere. We'll have the final 8 minutes of game time coming up in just a few moments right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
A team succeeds when they work together. banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
Hey, Joe, check out my new ride. Pretty awesome, huh?
Whoa, that's a sweet convertible. You didn't, win this on a game show, right?
Nope, this is all me and my pals at Members Own Credit Union.
Oh, yeah, they're the people with the great auto loan rates.
And right now, everyone who transfers or gets a new auto loan has the chance to win a $1,000 gas gift card, too.
Well, you know what this means.
Road trip! Fuel your adventure with an auto loan from Members Own. Restrictions apply. Go to membersowncu.org for details.
Nick Sainer, Jay Foreman back with you from Lincoln North Star High School. It'll be Gators basketball to start the final stanza. 8 minutes left of game time. Lazarick Houston has it on the right wing, guarded closely by Will Coxon. Nice discipline by Will Coxon. Fowler for three. Got it as he falls down to the hardwood. And how about that? Jaquise Fowler pulls the Gators within three. Will Coxon in the lane, goes up strong, misses the layup, and it's tipped to Lazarick Houston. Now Kate Cook is going to be whistled for a foul.
Yeah, they got bailed out right there. Could have been a jump ball, but a foul on Kate Cook. That's what you want coming right in the fourth quarter. You made a little run, give yourself a chance, get it to your best three-point shooter in the corner. Possibly could have been a 4-point play. Now you're in a one-possession game with 8 minutes to go.
So here we go. Caster in the lane working on Cook. Layup, no good.
Same move he had there. Great move there by Jordan Caster, and he does a really good job of getting downhill. He's a strong kid. And he knows how to, even though he's driving to the left, flip it up there off the backboard with his right. Really good job by Jordan Caster.
So Caster will go to the line to shoot 2 shots. First one on the way, good for the freshman, who's from the free throw line this season, 82%. 16 points per game. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, the free throw line is a great way if you can get downhill and get there is to, increase that points per game average, and that's what he's done. He's always done. Really good young player for this North Star Gator ball club.
So Caster pulls the Gators within 1. Right side, Alec Wilkins. He hands it off, fakes the handoff rather to Pekorski. Now Will Coxon at the left elbow. Good close out there by Caster, forcing Will Coxon out to the perimeter. Will Coxon driving left side, pulls it out, gives it to Wilkins. Wilkins to Pekorski on the right wing, string left Wilkins. They had Wilkins on the pick and roll, decided to hand it off to Joey Veith instead. Veith almost lost it on the steal by Caster. Veith in the lane, blocked by Chewy. Back the other way we go. Gators with a chance to take the lead. Lazarick Houston at the glass, and it's in. The Gators take a 1-point lead, 57-56, as Cade Cook brings it across the timeline for Gretna. The momentum has swung to the entire side of Lincoln North Star. Cade Cook gives it to Wilkins. The energy in the building has grown, has gotten larger towards Lincoln North Star. As Pekorski, top of the key, crosses over. Now Wilkins in the lane. Good take by Alec Wilkins, the senior, and Nick Schramm wants to talk things over.
Hey, good job by Gretna there to slow things down. 4 or 5 passes. Got him again with that elbow action right there at the nail. Wilkins, really good job of getting to the rim. He's a strong, physical player, been through some battles. Good job there by the Gretna Dragons to get that 1-point lead back, but a better job by this North Star Gator club, right? They got the 3, came back, got to the free throw line, got the defensive stop, got the 1-point lead, right? But what's been the change for them? They went out of that extended 2-3 zone, went to man-to-man. They can match up man-to-man against majority of the teams in Class A, regardless of how young they are. Really good adjustment there by that North Star Gator coaching staff.
I would say this, one thing about Gretna is that you look at their starting lineup, right? 4 seniors and there's 1, 2, 3 seniors, 4 seniors, 5 seniors in their starting lineup.
There they are, right
that
there.
was a possession of experience because if it's a young team, they're going to play fast. They're going to try to answer that 3 or that shot by Lincoln North Star that they then took the lead on. They're going to try to play fast and get that lead back. Great experience by Gretna, slowing things down, catching a breath, and they eventually get a layup.
Yeah, Coach Schramm didn't even blink. He knew exactly what they were going to do. I'm sure they went over these type of situations. They've been in some battles. They just played Central a couple days ago. Then they got this game, and then they're going to play a tough Millard North team, one of the best teams in the state. They are battle tested and a really good group of basketball players.
Castor almost lost it for Lincoln North Star. Schaefer for 3, got ahead. Will Schaefer,
great shot.
2 for 2 from the left wing today, and the Gators are up by a pair, 60-58. Pekorski screen right. Cade Cook mid-range J, too strong. Rebound tipped around, fought for. Wilkins comes up with it, puts up the layup, blocked from behind by the freshman Jordan Castor. And here we go the other way. Castor, and he is fouled. Frustration foul for Alec Wilkins at midcourt, and Castor draws it on the Dragons guard.
Yeah, look, Alec Wilkins there, the senior, got a little frustrated, got blocked, probably got bodied a little bit, but it's a physical game. And the funny thing about Jordan Castor, he's 5'9", 5'10", leads the Gators in blocks. I like it, though. Young man goes and gets it. Great ball handler
Here
as well.
he goes. Castor, cross-court pass. Schaefer thought about a heat check, decides to dribble in. Cross-court finds Fowler. Watch out. 3 ball. Off to the left, tipped out. And we're going to have a foul down low, charged to either Lazarick Houston. It's going to be on KG Gatwich, rather.
Yeah, great shot there. Really, a really good pass there by Will Schaefer. Drove it. Good ball fake, drove it. Went to the opposite pocket there. You got it to one of the best three-point shooters in the state. He just missed it. Nick, it's weird to say when you don't score, it still is a good offensive series, and the Gators are playing more efficient in the second half.
5:14 to play, fourth quarter, 60-58. Lincoln North Star with a 2-point lead. Cade Cook at the top of the key has a significant height advantage on Castor. He takes it. Good closeout there and double by KG Gatwich. Mid-range jumper, long 2. Wilcoxon shushes the crowd. And it's tied up 60 apiece.
A great offensive series there by this veteran Gretna Dragons, but really good defense there. And sometimes you got to tip your hat, right? They're great players. And but one thing that the North Star Gators are doing is making them work harder on offense because they're in man-to-man. And I think that's a really good adjustment by the North Star Gators.
Castor kicks out Houston. 3 ball, short. Offensive board, Fowler. He's able to get it in the middle of 2 Gretna Dragon defenders. Great save from going out of bounds by Cade Cook. And the Dragons intercept the Gator pass, and coming back the other way is Wilcoxon for Gretna. Pick and roll, Wilkins. Good move, almost stolen by Gatwich. Good recovery by Wilkins, and he gets the layup to go. A 2-point Gretna lead with 4:12 to play.
Really good job by Wilkins right there. Fumbled it a little bit, looked like the tiptoe burglar, and laid it in. And really the fumble of the ball missed maybe Gatwich missed time his steal attempt.
Castor trying to split the double team, unable to do so without turning the ball over. Here comes Wilcoxon behind the back, and he's fouled from behind by Castor.
Yeah, I mean, that's man, that was a really good play by Jordan Castor. One thing I like about Jordan Castor, right? He made the young rookie mistake, tried to dribble through a double team, didn't pout, hustled back on defense. He thought he had the turnover and pickpocket a really good guard there. Got called for the foul. North Star Gators are really growing up before our eyes tonight.
Lee Steinbrook not happy about it. He's having a conversation with the official. Let's take a 10-second timeout for station identification. You're listening to high school basketball on 93.7 The Ticket.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman back with you from Lincoln North Star High School, 62-60. This second half, Jay, been everything we could have hoped for and more, as Lincoln North Star has stormed back. They've stayed within striking distance. They were down by as many as 13 at one point, and here they are. They've been kind of switching lead-changing hands time and time again between both the Dragons and the Gators. Gators trail by 2 now, though, with 3:54 to play.
Just as you said in the first half that the Gators were able to withstand the Dragons going on a run. The Dragons have withstood the run by the Gators. It's back and forth. We got 3 minutes and 54 seconds left. The Dragons got a 2-point lead with the ball. If I'm the Gators, I'm thinking we need to stop and we need to get the best shot we can get, whether it's a three, getting down to the hole, or a drive and kick. Every shot they've taken in the second half has been really, really good shots versus the first half. So a lot of confidence by both teams coming out of that timeout.
So 62-60, Gretna with a 2-point lead and the ball. Pekorski, who's been relatively quiet as of late, much to the credit of the North Star defense, passes it to the right side, Cade Cook. Now Trevin Wilkins, the sophomore, 3-ball on the way, rattles around and out, and Jordan Castor cleans up the miss. Castor off the right side, outlet pass, Lazarick Houston. Nobody stops, ball, cross-court pass, now Castor at the logo. Castor gets guarded by Cade Cook. Castor in the lane, up and under, tries to put a little English on it, unable to do so, and Wilcoxon cleans up the miss. Up the floor goes Cade Cook, looking for help. Cade Cook picked up his dribble, now finds a cutting Pekorski on the left side of the lane, and he dribbles it off. Pekorski had no clue. Pekorski even started walking away, and he's smiling. He knows that was off of him.
As much as he complained about the other one, that right there was definitely off of his big toe.
So here's Pekorski to inbound, finds Cade Cook. Now Pekorski in the center of the lane, stops, great shot fake, up and under, great patience by Landon Pekorski, and he gets the layup to fall. It's a 4-point Gretna advantage. Let's mark that as something that could be significant here in just a few minutes. Schaefer on the left side finds Lazarick Houston in the lane, fade away, short, defensive rebound,
Shot
Wilkins.
Here, they got to start getting back to getting good shots. Been 1 or 2 passes, contested shots. They need to start spacing the court and using their athletic ability.
Pekorski to Wilkins, finds Cade Cook on the on the block rather. Now Wilkins to his brother Trevin. Hands it off Pekorski. Pekorski just about 3 steps behind the trifecta line. Pekorski hands it off Cook. Now right side Wilcoxon. Screen left Pekorski. He rolls. Now Wilcoxon crossing over on Will Schaefer. Spin move. Hook shot. Good. Tough shot by Alex Wilcoxon.
Great shot right there. Good defense by Will Schaefer. Physical play right there. That's the experience of those Gretna Dragons. They run that little elbow weave, and you know what? Cade Cook had right in the middle of the lane. He had a couple chances there. He could have shot the ball, but he got a better shot. That's what you'd expect from this Gretna Dragons team.
Here's Schaefer, 3-ball, no good. It's last touch by KG Gatwich, and it will go to the Gretna Dragons. You're okay with that shot. Schaefer's hit his 2 from the left wing.
But if I'm Coach Steinbrook, I'm calling the timeout right there, and I'm trying to say, listen, this is how we're going to finish out this game in the last 2 minutes, because Gretna is going to try to run clock, and they have 2 of the best free throw shooters in the state.
66-60. Gretna with the lead and the ball. Cade Cook, Alec Wilkins, wide open 3. Off back iron, and Lazarick Houston cleans up the miss. Houston splits 2 defenders, pushing the pace. Watch out, Jaquise Fowler, 3-ball, got it! When Lincoln North Star needed it most, Jaquise Fowler answers the call.
You're looking at one of the best young players in the state, and a matter of fact, one of the best players in the state, Jaquise Fowler right now, growing up before your eyes and making money threes, in rhythm. The last 2 games we've seen him play, and I've seen him play quite a few games, he's exceeded expectations.
Here's Wilcoxon splitting 2 defenders to find Trevin Wilkins, and we have a timeout called by Nick Schramm and the Gretna Dragons. Let's take a 30-second breather. 1:18 to play, 4th quarter here from Lincoln North Star High School. Nick Sainert, Jay Foreman with you. 66-63. Gretna leads the Gators. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
At Union Bank, people don't have your money. Your money has people. First home people, investment people, people who answer the phone and your chats. Dream car people, dream retirement people, driving your dream car in your dream retirement people. Small business people, credit card people, and all the other people you need. At Union Bank, our people help you do more than you dreamed possible. So stop in and say hello. We can't wait to see you. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
'Tis the season to give the gift of Kawasaki good times at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln. With up to $3,500 off of select 2023 TRX side-by-sides and $2,000 off a 2024 Mule Pro FXT, there's no shortage of savings and good times to be had by the whole crew. Don't miss the 'Tis the Season sales event at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln. They have you covered with a large selection of Kawasaki side-by-sides at their new 27th and I-80 location. Hurry in. Offer valid through 12/31/2023. Subject to change without notice. Offer available on approved purchase of select new unregistered Kawasaki vehicles. Model and year exclusions apply. Cannot be combined with promotional retail financing rates.
out of the Gretna timeout. It's 66-63. Cade Cook gets the inbound at the doorstep. He gets the layup to fall. 68-63 with 1:11 to go. No time to be rushing things if you're Lincoln North Star here, though, Jay.
No, sometimes people don't realize how long a minute in basketball can be. And so you're down by 5. You got to get the best shot you can get. And whether it's a 3 or a 2-pointer, you got to play within yourself.
Here's Houston to Fowler on the right wing. Gators with 15 on the shot clock. Finds KG Gatwich. Gatwich cross-court pass Schaefer. Thought about the extra pass. Now gives it Houston. 3-ball on the way. It was blocked. Gatwich right there to get it. And he gets the layup to fall.
You got a little delay of game there by gamemanship by Wilkinson. And so now you see the Gators picking them up full court. Trying to go one stop, and then they're going to maybe have to get a 3.
2 seconds of differential between shot clock and game clock, and now Wilcoxon will be fouled. They have some fouls to give, so that's a smart decision there as that foul gets picked up by Will Schaefer. That's his first personal foul. So, Jay, here we are, 68-65. How sometimes it can be difficult for a team like in Gretna's situation here to waste time. When you're used to in the second half, they've gone quick. They've gone quick at times. And they've been able to keep in front for the most part. It can be tough to kind of slow things down, play under control.
Look, you're still winning the game. You got a ton of experienced players. You know how you went over these. They've played in these situations. It seems like week in and week out. You got to have a game plan of being aggressive, aggression. You got to think you're going to learn how to play with the lead, but don't play what I call prevent basketball.
Yeah.
Just like sometimes in prevent defense in football, you end up losing. So they're in a great position to finish out this game. They got excellent free throw shooters, all 5 of them. And so they can work their offense. The shot clock is off, 27 seconds left. And looks like North Star needs 2 more fouls.
There it is.
Worst case scenario, they get at least 1 or 2 shots at the free throw line.
So they're going to try to double Wilcox, and he's able to get out of it. And Schaefer is saying, I didn't try to foul him there.
Yeah,
but they're going to give him
want to foul there.
Yeah, they're going to give him the foul.
Because Coach Steinbrook should have had an idea of who you want to foul, even if it takes a few more seconds off. You want to give yourself a chance. You don't want to foul this guy here.
You do not want to foul Pekorski, and Schaefer does. So that's going to put Pekorski at the line. Pekorski almost automatic from the charity stripe this season.
I think if it was me, I'm trying to foul Joey Veith, right?
Yep.
He's getting 5 or 6 points a game, but hasn't had a lot of shots. He's a good senior player, plays a role. But everybody else has been there at the free throw line and been pretty productive. So if I'm going to foul anybody, I'm going to foul 32. Now you're down by 4. Now you got to try to get a quick 2. And then we got to try to go for a jump ball instead of a foul.
Pekorski shooting 89% from the charity stripe this season, while Wilcoxon 94. So here we are, the Gators needing some buckets. 3-ball, Castor caught it! Jordan Castor, the freshman!
Yeah, a great shot right there. Now, Nick, look, we got 15 seconds left. You're thinking a possession each. So now you're thinking, okay, we can foul, put them at the free throw line, hope they miss one. We can get back and go one more shot. Or we can try to go for a jump ball within the first 4 or 5 seconds, then foul. You're still going to get one more possession in the ball. So either way, I like it. It depends on who gets the ball, whether it's a jump ball or not. I'm preaching going for the jump ball and then fouling within 5 seconds, no matter who it is.
So Lincoln North Star called a quick timeout, assuming to set up the defensive set here because
and
they'll extend
Gretna
it.
Has the possession arrow.
Yes. So 70-68. Gretna with a 2-point lead. Gretna is going to have to face off against the Mustangs of Millard North next time out on Thursday. The Gators, who are 4-3, trying to get their 5th win of the campaign tonight, they'll face off against the Spartans of Lincoln East on Tuesday. The Gators, coming in off of the convincing win, 70-57 against the Lynx on Thursday, have really held their own, especially in the second half.
Yeah, they've won the second half. The experience of Gretna has paid dividends, but the youth and the energy of the North Star Gators could pull this game out very easily.
Here we go. Wilcoxon finds Wilkins. Now Wilcoxon is the guy you don't want to foul. Wilcoxon wasted time. Now Pekorski, nobody's fouling him. They double him, and now they're going to give him the foul. They wasted 8 seconds of game time, Jay, and now they're going to have a time. They're going to have a second. Wait, did they call a timeout?
Gretna
gave him a timeout instead. So Gretna gets awarded the timeout
that
instead
actually
of the
works
foul.
out. Well, that actually works out well for Gretna because they have possession of the ball, and if you don't foul immediately, it's just ticking away at the Gators really getting into a true offensive set. So, like I said, coming out of the previous timeout, you need to have a plan of whether we're going for a jump ball or we're going for a steal or we're going for a foul within those 5 seconds.
There you go.
Every second counts because Gretna's staying in that 1-3-1 half-court soft zone, so you're not going to be able to play with a lot of speed, and they have 2 of the fastest guards in the state.
So here we go. Gretna basketball sideline inbound right in front of the Lincoln North Star bench, next to the scores table. So Gretna is in the bonus. They're trying to find Wilcoxon or Pekorski.
Right there.
They find Veith. Now back to Wilcoxon. They had the guy, and now we're going to have they're trying to foul, I think, Joey Veith.
Will Schaefer is a football player.
Yeah.
That's a good tackle.
He was ready to tackle Joey Veith.
Well, I think what they were trying to do is foul Joey Veith, and he had it. Will felt like he fouled him. He got it.
Lost his balance.
And got it to Wilkinson.
Yep. So now Wilcoxon will go to the charity stripe 94% from the free throw line.
You're hoping for a miracle right now.
And the first one's good.
Okay.
Fakes the high fives. Now he gets high fives from the guys behind the perimeter. Gretna will put all of their players behind the three-point line.
Right. And
Lincoln North Star needs Wilcoxon to miss it, and he does not.
Okay.
72-68. Fowler from half court to Castor. The heave at the horn.
Ooh.
Off back iron, and Gretna survives 72-68 over Lincoln North Star here today.
Yeah, a great game there by both teams. Way for North Star, way to fight back. It's a learning experience for them. They learned a lot in that second half, or what they were able to do in that second half. So they're taking a lot of confidence coming out of this game, playing against 5 seniors that are battle-tested. And not only battle-tested, all of them are really good players. And you know what? They're even excellent in this Gretna system. So if I'm the North Star Gators, I wouldn't be taking moral victories, but I would take this as a learning experience. Because in the first half, if they played the first half like they did the second half, we'd be talking about the North Star Gators pulling one of the biggest upsets this year. But now we're going in there where they have to learn from the first half because it wasn't a talent thing. They were probably playing a little bit out of sorts, and you can't play that style of basketball up-tempo against a really, really good guard-led team of the Gretna Dragons. But nevertheless, a really good basketball game tonight, played, coached by the Gretna Dragons and the North Star Gators.
So once again, your final score, 72-68. The Gretna Dragons survive on the road to improve to 9-2 on the season. They will face Millard North on Thursday. For the Gators, they fall to 4-4 this season. They'll face off against the Spartans on Tuesday nights. Just a look ahead at some of the games that we'll have on our station in the coming days. Next Friday will be our next broadcast. Lincoln North Star, this very same North Star Gators squad, goes to Lincoln Southwest. So we'll have the Gators against the Silverhawks coming up next Friday at 7:30 p.m. Then we'll see the Gretna squad on Saturday against Lincoln East. And then the following week, we got York and Norris in our first Class B game of the year. And the following Friday, Lincoln East and Lincoln Northeast. For those 4 games, Josh Lill will be on the call for those, as I will be out of town. This is my final high school broadcast for 2 weeks or so, Jay Foreman.
I forgot.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're out of town. So maybe Jay will. I'm out of town. Jay may be holding down the fort with Josh. Josh is certainly going to be in capable hands while I am out of the country. So for the time being, Nick Sainert and Jay Foreman saying so long from Lincoln North Star High School. Once again, your final score, Gretna 72, Lincoln North Star 68. Thanks to Ben for pushing all the buttons back in our 93.7 The Ticket studios. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you tomorrow morning with Bigger Than the Score with Pete Ferguson on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
A team succeeds when they work together. Banking's no different. At UBT, we're in your corner for every financial move you want to make. Your money's backed by a roster of experts who put in the work to know you and your community. So whether you're opening a savings account, buying a home, or planning your future, you always know who to turn to. Working together toward your financial goals. That's a win in our playbook. Union Bank and Trust. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When it comes to joining the Nebraska Army National Guard, you've heard it all before. College, healthcare, signing bonus. But joining is so much more than that. It's setting yourself up for a new and better chapter of your life. I'm Staff Sergeant Paul White, and because of the Nebraska Army National Guard, I'm in control of my career. And when the workday ends, I get to come home to my family. Write your next chapter by joining the Nebraska Army National Guard. For more information, schedule a meeting with me, Staff Sergeant Paul White at nationalguard.com.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
At Southeast Community College, community is our middle name. Our continuing education classes offer personal interest,